Everyone, and welcome to the 31st session of Deep Blues, an Apocalypse World Adventure. As always, I am joined by my good friends Michael,
Hello.
Jacob,
Hello.
and Seth,
Hello.
including myself, Josie. So final thing, huh?
I'm excited and also anxious.
Yep. It's a long time coming, especially with me being unable to do things because I'm a dumb butt.
Listen. It's
Listen.
okay. Listen.
Slick. Slick.
Name's Stedman. Stedman Slick.
But enough hemming and hawing about me being a big, dumb, sleepy idiot. Let's see. I don't think we have to have another recap. I think it's been recent enough that everyone remembers what happened, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we just did a recap like a couple days ago.
We kind of made a hole, a very big hole.
Yeah, it was that. We're not going to do start of session rolls, though. If you want to change marked stats, you absolutely can. If you could post what your last roll, your start of session rolls were, that'd be great.
10 bone fuel, fortune 8.
Oh, thank God you already had that.
Yeah, thanks. I actually didn't reach out at all.
Me neither.
So that's a good bone feel, and that's pretty good fortunes. You said that you wanted to take hunger, I think, as their sort of debuff, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. So, marked stats. Who wants to change them?
I think
I'm
I'm
fine
okay.
with them.
Yeah. I'm
Granted,
okay.
like, it probably won't
Mine are
matter.
hard and hot.
That sounds standard. I think we're all good, so we can skip that.
I should mention, since this was only in another recording, I added the move, just give me a motive to my seed as my final, meaningful upgrade.
Right. Alright then. Are we all ready then?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we'll start immediately after, essentially, the whole everything fell into a hole thing, and maybe like, I don't know, the next morning or something, like everyone's had time to like cool down a little, but still have to deal with the consequences of what the fuck happened. So how does each of y'all feel about the fact that Hollister fell into a giant hole in the world?
It sucks, but with everything else going on, like, sure, okay, it happened, I guess.
Yeah, it sucks, but Pobody's nerfed, as they say.
Yeah. It wasn't our fault.
Oh boy.
Fuck Cherry Shrimp. That's his fault.
Of course.
Lug is both pissed and glad.
On this whole adventure, we've only ruined one life.
If you say
Giuseppe's.
so, you can believe that.
Yeah, Giuseppe's life has been ruined, and that's the only life.
There's only been one person who has felt more hardship than anyone else, and it is me. I deserve the pity.
No one died.
Right. So one thing I also want to know is, Lug, you lost a whole arm.
I sure did.
What is Lug doing about that?
I think, well, you said a week till Hollister, correct?
A little under a week, but
Or,
all the same.
millions, rather.
Yeah,
There's
millions.
not going to be enough time for what I would want to do with a prosthetic.
I think you could. I don't know. 5 days is I think plenty of time for you to do something.
You
Um,
want
especially
like,
now,
like a
like-
blender arm on it?
No.
Now, especially now, you have a whole ship, you have lots of resources, you have people to help you. I think you could do what you want to do. I don't know what you want to do, but you really could.
There's the prosthetics page again.
We should have a pinned thing in
Yeah,
here for
should
it.
be pinned.
It's
I hear this.
almost, yeah, it's like the third one down. Creating a prosthetic, choose a body part. It's going to be a whole arm. Strengths, you can choose one. I figure if you want to spend all your time, you can choose 2 if anything. If you do choose 2 strengths, you'll have to choose 2 weaknesses though.
Right. So I want to look at weaknesses as well.
Right. While you do that, do you want to defer for someone else's business?
Yes, please.
Okay. another question I want to ask was so it seems like y'all are about to get involved in a war. Is this correct?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what apparently we've heard on the radio.
Well, it's your decision to just like dive headfirst in there.
I mean, what else do we do?
If if nobody, then or if not us, then who? Right?
I guess so. Like, I mean, like, we still need to unite the rest of those eggs. Like,
we've dragged ourselves
Well,
through much worse, I'm sure.
Yeah. According to the radar, there are no other eggs.
They're all on us,
They're all either on you or on
Rusty.
I don't know, somewhere else. I don't fucking know. At the very least, you have all of them that you know about. So in that case, what are you doing to prepare?
God,
Like,
that's
are
a
you
good
like
question.
shoring up your relationship with people, tying up loose ends?
well,
are you,
Giuseppe
like-
is probably like, this is the morning after. He's probably like getting everyone like, giving everyone like a forewarning. Like, since he just invited like so many people onto his boat. Like, how many would you say?
They're around
Wasn't it 50?
40. Yeah, 40 to 50 around there.
Okay.
Wild feral people.
So he's probably just like trying to spend like at least a bit of the morning consoling them and telling them that they will be put somewhere safe as soon as we get to Millions.
Mhm.
Mm.
I think
Maybe
well,
we shouldn't
you know,
say that we're going to Millions. Millions has a bit of a reputation. I don't know.
I mean, it depends. A lot of them seem like more fucked up that they like participated in what was essentially a lynching. And I think a bunch of them are like kind of like almost in a way like, you know, psychologically revved up to like make up for that, you know? Like people trying to like do work around the ship and stuff and maybe, I don't know, do anything they can, fish, anything.
That's
50
always
people,
good.
you know, 50 people is a lot to make food for, so
Yeah.
so in a way you kind of have a doubled crew. Well, not doubled. Not everybody is like up for that. So I'll say like out of the 50, 20 of them are like willing to be part of the crew. The other 30 are just like other civilians. But if you're visiting everybody, I think first Fuzz like, you know, pulls you aside for
Again.
a moment again, as always.
Again.
You know, Fuzz is a private person. And she, I think, like, just kind of immediately, like, just pulls you aside and is like, I'm sorry that I wanted to leave. You understand, though, right?
I understand more than anyone. Well, maybe not more than anyone, not more than you, but I understand completely. I know this is not your idea of a pleasure cruise.
It was never a pleasure cruise, but that's beside the point. Thanks for coming back for us.
Once a bandmate, always a bandmate.
Hmm.
You
I guess
sticking with
I'm-
us?
Yeah, I guess I'm in it to the end.
Mm.
It'll-
If you ever
World's
want
ending. World's ending. What can you do but, I don't know, participate? What else would I do? Go and hide? That failed. There's nowhere to hide anymore. I guess it took this long for me to realize that.
maybe things will be alright soon. I think someday we'll find some peace.
Well, no matter what happens, we'll have to... I don't know. Yeah, you're right.
Keep an eye on Quill for me, please.
Quill was looking for you earlier. Go find her.
Alrighty. Stay safe. Stay well. Polish up your gun.
Yeah, I think she, like, walks away and, like, you know, kind of waves behind her.
Yeah, I wave back.
Yep, and, Quill's not hard to find. Quill's just, like... Quill's treating everybody. I'm sure, like, some of your canon reached some of these people. So some people are dealing with that. Bruises from trampling and stampedes and stuff. Yeah, she's not having a great time. You know, she gets no break, as
Yeah.
Seth has put in the chat. But
just
what do you
come
do
up.
when you actually, like, you know, get there? Do you, like, knock on the door? Do you say coming in, or
Just
what?
like knock on and say, Giuseppe.
Giuseppe!
That's quick! I'm sorry, the quickness of that. That was said in the same
And it's like,
tone
oh,
as
yeah,
the
hey-
Super
hey,
Mario
boss.
spaghetti.
You okay? You need to take a break? I can get someone else to take over.
Uh, I got most of the the worst of it done, but I don't know. It's mostly just handing out meds and stuff right now. What do you? Oh, right. Yeah, I wanted a word with you.
Anytime.
Sit down, if you would. We don't have another chair, but sit down on one of the gurneys, I guess.
He takes a seat, just very careful.
If
Again, sorry for dragging you back into this.
you didn't drag me back in, then well, I'd be down there with all those other people. I'm past questioning all this at this point. You know, there's a there's a point where you're like, oh, what the hell's going on, and I'm kind of like past that.
Yeah, I've passed that a while back. You want to raise? Give
No,
you anything at this point.
shut up, Giuseppe. I want you to know that if it comes to it, if November won't back down, then do what you have to. He's my brother. I love him to pieces, but if this is the fight he's chosen, then he'll get what's coming to him.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but I'll keep that in mind.
Neither do I, but it pays to prepare.
Anything else you wanted to talk?
Not really, except stop fucking getting drunk. It's killing your liver.
Yeah.
Even
Gotta
if you
kill
do live
something.
after all this, you're gonna get killed you'll die quick. So either quit. You should quit.
Yeah, I think it's finally. I think it may be time to drop the bottle.
It was time months ago, boss. Stay safe,
See?
Giuseppe.
Of course, you too. Just get yourself ready, steel yourself, take a nap if you need it.
We got 5 days of naps ahead of us, folks. But I think she kind of waves you away.
I say so long.
Mm-hmm. Seth, what is Rusty doing?
Well, after going around checking up on everybody, he'd probably be thinking about the 3 eggs he now owns.
Is
And
he gonna slurp those in?
Well, I mean,
Prawn is eerily always around when you're thinking about the eggs.
yeah, that's what's making him anxious.
Right. And
The
Prawn's just
most.
like every time you're just like, what do I do? Prawn's just like somehow already in the room. You never heard the door open. She's just there.
She's like, you know what to do. And Rusty's like, yeah, I know what to do, but I don't want to. I guess I got to. I don't want to put them all in me, though. Especially not the Jerry egg. That one's different. That's got, like, Jerry in it.
It does have a weird shine, like an actual light coming from it now.
Yeah, it beats different. This is not the same egg as it used to be. This is now Jerry's egg.
Not the same as it ever was.
Yeah, not the same as it ever was. Well, assuming everybody is alright and good to go, he'd probably be in the bunk. His bunk.
Right.
Looking at all 3 eggs, being like, well, shit, I fucking hate this. This sucks.
Is he just gonna like rip the band-aid off and do it all at once, or is he gonna like do it one at a time?
I'm gonna combine the Jerry egg and the green egg first and foremost.
Okay.
May not
I
be
think
a great idea, but
the way you've seen the egg like kind of absorb things and change color a little bit is a bit normal, except for when the almost the kind of heart beating egg like joins, and it's sort of like have you seen what happens when like a bubble full of smoke combines with like a bubble with something else?
no, but I can think of it.
Yeah, like the colors, it's like whatever was in the heart egg like just kind of like joins in with whatever is in the rest of the eggs, and it swirls. The colors are a bit weird for like a moment before they coalesce. It's kind of like a deep brown.
Gross.
It's not. I mean, it's not a bad brown, but it's like it's an earthy brown.
It's an earthy brown? Okay, good. That's much better. Because I was thinking of like
You know,
a
not
green
yeah,
brown.
not like clotted blood brown.
Okay, that's what I was kind of worried about too.
Right.
Like, okay, just a nice earthy tone.
But yeah,
Okay,
you
that's
have
nice.
an egg that is about, I
2
think around
pounds.
now there's like the same size as your current egg,
Oh shit! Jerry
if I remember
added a
correctly,
pound.
because I don't think you had many eggs before.
I have 3 pounds of egg.
Yeah, so it's you have 3 pounds of egg and 3 pounds of egg.
Holy shit! Jerry added a
What
pound
about the
to
white
the other
one?
egg. Holy fuck! Dear boy, you did too much. Is Franz still in the room?
Yep.
I'm gonna ask her to please leave.
I think like she's like kind of like still stares at you while she like reaches up with her little hand, like opens the door and then shuts it.
Alright, thank you. Thank you. Rusty does say thank
Behind
you.
the door, you hear a muffled, "You know what to do."
Yeah, I know, don't worry.
Does he know what to do?
Yes, he does know what to do. Rusty's not stupid.
You doing it? You
I'm
gotta.
doing it.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
I represent fucking future Taco Bell. Fuck you.
Don't
don't
tell me
know.
what to do when I'm already doing it.
It makes
should
you
have
not
that
want to
black
do
jacket.
it, child. Strange child.
You should have a black jacket.
Egg child. Well, I guess I'm combining all the eggs. I ain't got
Okay.
nothing better to do.
You don't like. It's weird because you just don't really feel any sort of change.
Oh
Like
no.
there's no like weight change. There's no like you already couldn't really necessarily feel the egg, except for its like effect on like pulling down some of the skin on your body. But now there's like just kind of like no no variance in weight.
Oh.
It did get a lot bigger, and it did take a lot more of your body.
Oh, great.
Uh,
I'm basically an
no one's
egg
around
with
to see
legs.
this, and I don't think anybody would. But if somebody were to basically shine a light through the egg, the light would probably like shine a bit through the back of you.
Oh, fuck. I am just an egg with arms and legs.
Melded
of.
to the flesh.
If you could think about it, it's like everywhere. I think below your rib cages to like your hips. I think is
just
like
egg.
just has a big old egg there. It's like
Holy fuck.
it's
Yeah,
not
I
like
can
you're
think of it.
pregnant bellied. It's just like you have a regular stomach, and the stomach is like all egg.
Okay, yeah, I can see
You know?
this. This is fine. Okay, this is much better than what it used to be, though. This is much
Yeah,
more
which is just like a weird egg hanging off of your flesh.
Yeah, this is much more comfortable. My shirts
Right.
fit properly
Like
now.
yeah, your shirts fit properly. You don't have to fucking hold it.
From skin tag to tumor.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, sure.
That's okay for Rusty. He's fine with that.
Oh, this is better now.
This is better. I mean, compared to the copper poisoning, this is better.
This is true.
You know,
I don't feel this one quite as much.
I don't know what copper poisoning affects, probably your kidneys or some shit, but
Yeah.
that's probably around down there.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, it's
look,
like
his
heavy,
kidneys are
heavy
fine.
metals.
Kidneys are
Is
fine.
copper a heavy metal?
Yes.
Or
I think.
okay,
I'm sure it is.
because like I know lead is a heavy metal.
It does affect your body pretty nastily.
Well, of
Mhm.
course, if nickel can do that, then copper can too. I'm sure.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Nickel. I mean, I know she can hurt Rusty pretty bad.
Speaking of nickel, though,
Yeah.
I think your big three show up to your room after you've done that sometime after.
Yeah.
Nickel, zinc, and
Lyra. I welcome
yeah,
all
Lyra.
in. They're all welcome here. Shit. Hey guys.
Hey, baby blue.
I miss
They're
them.
all like they don't seem all that affected by things. This is all kind of part of the course for them, I think, so far.
Yeah.
Like before the millionaires got like taken on, they had to deal with a lot of cultist death, so having people be lost for them isn't like too much.
Yeah, which is kind of depressing.
A
in all
little bit.
honesty. That's like, oh, I'm so used to it. Like, God,
Lyra's probably a
please.
little more affected, but like they're like she gets to stick around with like these two freaks, so she probably is like okay.
Yeah, Nickel and Zinc really takes your mind off of all the depressing shit because they're just a bunch of dumbasses doing really fun shit despite everything.
Yeah, this has probably been the best time of their lives. I think Zink speaks up and it's like, so I hear we're going to war again.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Sick.
Rusty starts patting his hands on his knees. Like, oh, this sucks. Not again. So...
I think Nickel speaks up and it's like, I've never seen a real ship battle before. I think this is gonna be great.
Oh yeah. Is that sarcasm?
No.
No.
Live fast, die hard, bitch.
That does also get a chuckle out of Rusty. That makes him feel a little better, but you know, he's still anxious about everything, of course. Like, great. Lug's at the helm.
He's not though.
Not to be mean.
Not right now.
Not right now.
I think Lyra kind of like pushes past the like, vaguely sardonic and or like non or like weird enthusiasm shit, and it's just like, Rusty, look, everything's falling apart. You don't have to feel so bad about it. I think is what I mean. Do you get it?
Yeah, I think I get it. It just... the whole thing kind of makes me anxious. Doing it again and all that, but... this one feels a lot bigger than anything else.
Oh, you mean the war?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the whole, like, everything.
No, I know the whole wasn't my fault.
Well, that too,
Fuck
but
that
you're not
bastard.
listening to me. God damn it.
He's so caught up on that, because fuck Hollister. He hates Hollister. Lost
I
his
guess
fucking
falling
arm.
wasn't the right word. Look, everything's breaking, coming to a head. I don't know. Like, look,
Yeah, okay.
like nothing's gonna come out of this unscathed. Just
Mhm.
like, I don't know, keep your head up and keep your, I don't know, you gotta keep a stiff upper lip. You've been keeping to yourself in your room a lot. You gotta, I don't know. You have us. You got your friends.
Yeah.
You know, you're a leader of sorts. You gotta, I don't know, you gotta do shit with us.
That's upsetting. That's upsetting to know. It's facts. She do be spinning facts, but that's kind of... Rusty, you are a leader. Like, oh no. I mean, he's been doing alright so far. He's
Look,
straight.
when the time comes, we'll know what to do. All right, you included.
Alright, thank you. That does make me feel a bit better about all this.
Oh, well, I'm glad then.
He straightens up his back.
He rarely does this, I'm sure.
Yes, he rarely does this.
Usually he's just lurching everywhere.
It's not his fault.
Yeah, give me metals.
It's not his fault. Like, fucking getting a bunch of garbage out of the ocean takes a lot out of your back. Oh my god.
I'm sure.
Giuseppe's just straight backed all the time. He's never meant it.
I think if you don't have anything much to say, I think they're gonna like be like, peace.
Okay, I'll probably follow him out shortly to, recheck everybody and just kind of hang out in
that
the
sort
bar.
of scene where like, the leader like, slaps themselves and is like, I can't like look bad and sad and upset in front of my men, and then like walks out the door and is just like, blah blah orders, blah blah.
I'm pretty sure Rusty's been in absolute tears in front of them. I don't think he cares.
I don't know. Is he in tears right now?
No, he's just a little upset about everything. More than a little upset. It's just like on his mind, like, oh god, it's happening. Like, I know Lyra is like, oh, don't worry, we'll know what happens, but it still doesn't get the anxiety off his back. Helps a little, but, it's still there. I think that's it.
Yeah, so, Lug, did you figure out your prosthetics?
I think so.
Okay. Give me the deets.
So, choosing one of each, it would be arm, of course.
Right.
Strengths, I'm thinking integrated with the meat. Looks hand-built. And its weakness is it's itchy and hot.
Okay. Do you have like a particular like image you have of this thing other than like the looks and stuff?
My descriptor for it, at the very least, is very... You know how like the bone of an arm is?
Mm-hmm.
Very much like the skeletal structure of an arm, like, say for the joints. The joints are large kind of ball joints. The hand
Right.
being a kind of thickish robot claw sort of thing. I'd say there are probably a large fair amount of strings attached through all of it.
Okay.
Thus, the strings definitely being integrated with the meat and part of how it moves.
So like you've, I don't know, dug out some tendons from whatever was left after all that and was just like, okay, let's just tie this in a nice little bow.
Yeah.
To a bunch of like metal wiring.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Does this come off anymore, or is this like stuck on?
This is stuck on, and it definitely
right, integrated
hurts.
with the meat kind of like implies that, doesn't it?
It definitely hurts.
But he's dealing with it.
We've like
It would have
noticed that
hurt
Lug
anyways.
We've noticed that Lug is missing an arm, right?
Absolutely.
And have we like bothered to ask, or are you just assigned to assume? Just
That's 100% up to you.
Hey Lug, what's up with your arm? What happened? This is just like passing by one day during the week.
I think 100% y'all heard that like he did something with the engine and then just like came out with no arm.
I feel like the trail of blood hasn't been cleaned up leading to his workshop either. I think Lug would kind of turn to look at Giuseppe at the doorway, like arm in hand, being worked on, and he'd kind of just turn back to look at his arm and just kind of keep tinkering, trying to get it to work, not really giving an answer. I think the whole ordeal is a lot, and I think that he's focusing on this, and
right.
I guess to him it's kind of self-explanatory what he did. Like I fucking did this. Why wouldn't you know that? But like in his mind, it's a thing of, well, he knows what he did. Why the fuck wouldn't he know? Like probably also thinking like, oh, he's just being polite about it.
Oh, it's just Giuseppe. It's just little Giuseppe things.
Giuseppe being Giuseppe?
Yeah.
Yeah. But with that, I feel like that is the prosthetic.
Hell yeah.
Yep. I will say that I think you're gonna have to take something apart to do that. The like thin wiring is like hard to come by.
Okay.
You have the crane. We never really actually talked about having the crane, which is unfortunate.
Never got a use for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, not.
I mean, it's been used in the background. We just haven't done anything specific with it.
Right. It could have had narrative stuff if like we thought about it. But yeah, you'll have to take the crane apart.
Okay. That can always be rebuilt. But...
Right. Just find some more wire at some point.
Right.
It's hard to find good wire, but, you know, it's got to be some out there. Yeah, there you go. You have your cool little prosthetic.
Would his grip glove fit on the other hand?
I figure it's like one of those gloves that like fits no matter what.
Okay, I think he would
like,
want it on his other hand then. He needs that.
I'm sure there's like Omni gloves that just like work with left or right. You know, everyone's got a thumb. Everyone's got fingies.
Right.
It's a weird ass like
I'm the
metal...
only one with every thumb and finger at the moment.
Oh my god. I'm gonna beat you up.
We'll have to change that soon.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you
Logan,
can't do
You've
this
got
to
too
me.
much power.
Lug and Rusty team up to strangle him
Final
one
boss,
hand
you've
each.
defeated BG, everything is fine, and then I just like, a bird comes by and nips off your fucking middle finger.
I need that to flip him off.
But he's
Too
already
bad.
dead, so it's fine. It's okay.
This is
you
how
don't
I
need
fuck
it.
up the ending, which is just to take your catharsis and say fuck you.
Like every good DM.
Of course. Don't give your players what they want and make them very frustrated all the time.
Yeah.
That's how you play D&D.
Oh.
So this next area is going to be filled with a lot of invisible traps, right?
Of course.
This is gonna be like Kaizo Trap, right?
Yes, I'll just make a fucking, what was it? Tomb of Horrors V2.
Oh god.
Or V3 at this point. There's like several versions. Anyway. Yeah, I think it is otherwise relatively uneventful until you get 2 millions.
Real quick, I want to say on Rusty's I can't remember the word. I'm sorry. Reaction. There it is. There it goes. To Lug's whole thing. He'd want to wait a little bit, obviously, because it's like, oof. Lug likes his time with things.
Right.
He wants to go sit over there with him, though, in his workshop, because chances are he's in his workshop. Oh my god, I forgot to turn off Do Not Disturb. Or turn it on. But he'd be over there, like, hey man, you doing alright? With the hand thing, it's all good. Sorry, just
Just two fucking apes talking to each other.
That's basically what it seems to be amounting to.
Fucking Good talk, bye.
That's basically what just happened. Alright, man.
So much for fucking giving him time, Jesus.
What? He waited a few days before going up and checking and being like, hey man, if you need to talk about anything, you can talk to me.
Do you get used to it?
Yeah, kinda, but you know, it still kinda hurts here and there. But yeah, more or less.
He kind of sits there and looks at his arm, and he looks at Rusty's.
Man, your looks cool.
Thanks. It is.
It is! He should be proud of that arm. He made it himself. That thing's hella. Rusty doesn't say it's hella because I don't think he would say hella. He doesn't feel like that kind of guy. How do you do, fellow kids? Yeah, so, if you ever gotta say anything about it, you can, come to me, man.
Alright.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder, even though I know he doesn't like me patting him on the shoulder.
Very important, which shoulder?
His right shoulder.
Okay. I don't think he gives too much of a reaction to that then.
Well, of course not. He knows better than to just slap your left shoulder. Lord.
Does he though? Well, I guess at this point maybe he's like got some empathy and perspective.
What the fuck? Rusty, the man who has always gone to check up on everybody. Oh yeah, this man has never known empathy.
Seth.
Nope.
I have had someone close to me do exactly fucking that to, like, I forget the context, but I was like, yeah, I've been hurting in this place, and later on they like supportive kind of slap me there, and I'm like, holy fuck, that hurt, and they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, but they're in the moment. They just mentioned the arm. They've been talking about the arm, so of course he knows.
I suppose.
You suppose? Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's it though.
For all I know, Rusty has the memory of a goldfish.
Oh yeah, cause he listed off all of his previous members or cultist names that one time. Yeah.
That took up half his memory. He's got like 24-bit fucking memory.
Half his memory is spent on names of people who've died.
But yeah, if that's all of it, then the whole trip to Millions is largely like not all that eventful. It's just very nervous and anxious,
Yeah.
I think about 3 days out from there, though, there is like some weird bullshit goes on where like that same sort of like weird psychic wave, like like oppressive and like everywhere, happens again.
Oh,
And
great.
that same weird booming voice goes on in everybody's head saying convene, and then just immediately leaves just like it did before.
Damn, hate that. Damn, hate that. Well, I mean, we are already convening. Just
This is true.
like, come on, big booming voice, shut up. Don't tell us what to do. We're already
Read the
doing
goddamn
it.
room.
Yeah, read the room.
Can you spell convene?
No.
No, we can't. Rusty knows how to read, not spell. Lord, don't ask him to do that.
But yeah, I think after a few more days pass, you reach millions. And I think the very first person to greet you is Len himself.
Hell yeah.
Like
Wow,
everyone
Len, I love
recognizes
Len.
everyone recognizes your ship. The only problem is that like the usually ever present storm, that you usually see behind millions is gone.
Oh,
Just a clear day, nothing wrong with that.
everything's wrong with that.
Like the storm that's usually like in the distance, miles and miles away, that's just there all the time, it's gone.
Don't like that. Don't like that.
Len does not seem happy to see you.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah, we kind of violated the rules.
Yeah.
So how do you broach this?
Eh.
Who do we send out first? Whose idea was this again?
Rusty's already gone out. I'm so sorry. Rusty's already out. Well, that's,
Why are you here?
Well, we got that call on the intercom. Or, I guess, radio. Yeah,
And
that
you thought,
thing.
despite having been banned, exiled, you decided to come back.
I'm gonna.
You
Despite
should
being
know that we
told
never.
to not come back until this is all over, you decided to come back.
You knew we were never one for following rules, you know.
Just
Follow
that-
me. And he starts to walk off onto the island.
I am carrying my full pack with me along with my bandmates.
Okay. Do you have everybody like follow all of you, or do you like have people like stay on the boat?
Some people can stay. All the normal people can stay on the boat until we find a shelter for them.
Okay. I think Len like silently just like trudges all the way up to the administrative building. And then when like he notices like a bunch of your folks are still like with you, he's like, leave your mates behind. I need to talk to you privately.
Alright, well, I guess we're shooing him off.
Okay, you get like he leads you into
Why?
the administrative building and then all the
Why,
way up
it'll
to
be
his
alright.
office. That same room where they asked you to kill kill God.
Yeah.
He sits down in his big chair and just kind of deflates. And it's like, you don't know how happy I am to see you people.
Hella.
Same for us. Nice to see someone who isn't cryptic or doesn't want to kill us.
Yeah.
I don't know the feeling, but I appreciate it. What are you doing back here, though?
Well, I don't know how fast news travels, but the last place we visit is unplaced right now.
What do you mean?
Hollister's a hole.
Okay, they were a bit more upfront about it.
Jeez. Well, you probably saw, but the storm disappeared. About 5 days ago, BG's Armada showed up, and then for a good 2 hours, the storm opened. We have reports that their flagship was seen approaching the opening, and then it closed. And then as of 2 days ago, the storm just disappeared.
Oh.
And now the Armada is just sitting around where the storm was. We thought they were going to invade, but they didn't attempt to make any sort of landing, and instead they've kept the combat zone mostly around there. We don't know what the hell's going on, but we know that we can't let them stay there. Whatever the hell's over there is likely too powerful to they wouldn't have sent their entire armada here if they didn't think this was the end game. So we're preparing for an attack. If you'd like to be a part of that, as it seems you bring your entire, what is essentially a flagship of your own to this, I won't say no. We have several other merchant marine who have decided to join up with us, traders and civilians who've decided to lend boats. We've stocked up our navy as much as we can. We have weapons. We'll have to ask you... I'm getting ahead of myself. If you need any supplies, you'll still need to requisition them. We can make replacements, but you'll have to supply us with, what you usually have, which is metal. We still have the ability to manufacture things. We just do not have the raw material at the moment. We've used it all to prepare for this.
You've certainly got some stuff lying around.
That's good.
That's
Do you have safety shelter on this island?
We have the mountain. Everybody who's not a fighter is currently squirreled away in there.
Can they take a few dozen more people? We've brought a lot of people from Hollister, and now that Hollister doesn't exist, they need to have a place to stay for a little bit. I'm sure some of them will help out with the war too, of course.
If you have anybody willing to shack up in the war, then we will not turn them away either. We'll give them a rifle, and we'll give them a boat, or a place on a boat. If they're civilians, then the mountain's already almost at capacity, but we'll find a place for them.
We can supply our own food if we need it.
If it gets worse to worse, we'll have to start breaching the lower sectors. It probably won't come to that, though. We're already well past the point of anybody deciding to come here for a vacation. We're doing this... We're planning on doing this evening. The position of the sun will hopefully afford us a bit of time. The old Sun Tzu. You don't know who Sun Tzu... That's fine.
I think I read about it once, maybe on one of my old albums.
Sure. Oh boy.
Question real quick. Barter
ahead.
can just count as material, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He's basically saying, supply them with, metal, which is largely your barter, and they can, make things. Not so much that they, are making things out of your barter, but, they need materials to replace, the guns that they give you.
Right.
Or whatever the hell else they give you. Bombs, whatever the fuck.
Could we just give barter to give them a better chance at everything in general?
You could bring that up.
If, say, we were set on supplies, would you take material for yourself, for your people, for their effort in all of this as well?
That's sweet of you, but I think you need to understand that we have an army. This isn't to disrespect you, but this is simply to shore up any losses we take from giving you supplies. This isn't to say that we desperately need it. We're working on the size of an army. You're just crew. I won't say no. You can certainly give it to us, but I don't think you have a boat full of materials that can see us through a war. What will have to see us through a war is breaking their armada.
I see.
Yeah, basically, essentially telling you that you can, but it will not have, I think, the direct effect that you believe it will. It can have some effect. Things like, some better armor in certain ships. Some people might have better, body armor, but it's like we're talking hundreds of people, versus like, what I assume is no more than like 20 barter from all of y'all.
No, I have 21 myself currently.
What the
Fucking
fuck?
Jesus, never mind. All right.
Let me check
Like you could
mine.
whip out the 21 barter and just be like, here, and they'll be like, never mind, I take it back.
I have like 5 plus
shit.
like I think
I didn't
4
realize you were
so
that
from-
fucking stacked, Michael.
Me neither. I'm sitting
I
here
have-
with
I have, like,
4
5
fucking
plus-
barter.
plus like 4 from
Right.
Prosper from Hollister, I mean, and I want to save some of that
Okay.
for my cannon.
So, yeah. So overall, if you
How
like,
much does Rusty have?
I've got it written down, like, last I've written down on it was, 7 right here. Yeah, since
Okay.
I got that good roll.
I think
yeah,
like
7.
you mentioned like, yeah, I've got like 5 rooms full of fucking metal, and they're just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Never mind. It'll definitely have. We can use it. But I would, to be entirely frank, I would beg you to take some sort of weapons or anything that would shore up your position, because like we're doing this very soon. And it would take time for us to like actually manufacture what we would need for an actual like battle. This is happening this evening. I don't think we have the time to like manufacture a lot of stuff, but we'll do what we can with what you give us.
So Josie.
Yeah.
This is me as a player talking to you as a DM.
Of course.
You know what I've wanted this entire session, not the bulldozer.
Okay, okay.
I'm not sure I get you.
You could throw in the bulldozer too.
I
though.
have wanted a speedboat that is fast and strong and that can cut through a ship like butter.
Holy shit. Holy fuck.
I don't remember you ever telling me that. What do you mean cut through a ship like butter? Like it just shoots it real good, or does it like...
No, I mean ram and keep going.
Oh, okay. So just a torpedo boat.
Yes,
Shit.
This seems like a dangerous thing to be sitting in.
very. Is this possible with 21 barter?
I think that like you mentioned that to Len, and Len says, "Go talk to Lorem. I am wiping my hands of this. Whatever happens is between you and her."
Lorem time.
Look, what is your like plan with this thing?
Oh, come on, you know.
No, I don't. In fact, I think I know a lot of things. Maybe not anymore, but I don't know this.
You should know by now.
Fairly well.
But
Len-
go on. Sorry.
Len, what can you provide with us for? I've got about like 9 of it here, but I'm saving some of it for my own weapons.
I mean, like, the sky's the limit. We have a variety of weaponry. If you need bombs, grenade launchers, machine guns, emplacements, launchers, you can just say it, and we can just figure this out.
Mm-hmm. Give me a bit to think. I'll let Busty see what he wants.
Oh, he's got nothing.
Oh, boy.
He knows he can just go look around. He knows he can ask around. He's good with that.
I think Len is like getting exhausted, but in that way that's just like suddenly everything's like turned topsy turvy. Like someone anxious about something is just like immediately given like, yeah, it's like somebody starting like a GoFundMe and getting $1,000.
Day
You
one.
know. Yeah, day one. Like just doubles it, and it's like, fuck, sure, all right, Christ. But yeah, you essentially have, free reign of the of millions until this afternoon.
Hot shit.
Wait, what kind of like weapon do you have? Like boat turrets?
You do not.
One of those might be good. What kind of would be most
Like-
effective at the moment?
Like if you want like what are you thinking of? Like machine guns?
Just something that's like, something that's like strong enough to like push through, but like if we need to like land a solid hit on one of their weapons, but maybe won't like rock our boat.
I'm not sure what you mean. Like
Okay,
cut
now I need to
through.
rethink of how. Maybe something like I meant like something like precise for like if they have a weapon to like knock that out.
He wants a railgun.
I'm not going to give you a railgun, but
I don't. That's like futuristic, isn't it?
that's a little bit much, I think. You're getting one weird ass weapon that is a fucking torpedo boat,
Okay,
and that's
yeah,
the
maybe not that.
that's the strangest thing I think you're going to get.
Okay then. I didn't realize how it would be.
I think that's the
strange.
best thing we're gonna get.
That too.
Alright then, just some like usual like blasting cannon. Would you guys prefer a machine gun or a big cannon?
Shit, Rusty doesn't care.
Dang it, I have to decide.
Yeah, you have to decide just like I have to.
Wait.
We all have to decide.
I mean, like
Okay.
let's think of what the Exodia currently has, because of weapons it currently has its crew and a big fuck off cannon.
Yeah, the howitzer.
Yeah.
Okay, we do have a big fuck off cannon, so maybe like some smaller ones would be good. Maybe like a pair of small
So
weapons.
like, you want turrets on the boat.
I mean, I think that's the best I can think of. I'm well equipped on like weapons for like just fighting people hand to hand.
Right, because like machine guns would go far in like being able to deal with smaller, like smaller boats or boarders and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people could stay on and man them.
I don't
like-
think you could like get full on cannons, but like they have like they've got like mounted grenade launchers that you could probably use.
Does sound nice if we can like land them right.
The turrets would help.
Like,
That
what do you mean by
turret idea.
turrets? What do you
Like,
mean by turrets?
Like sit down mounted turrets sort of thing, where it has like a massive long kind of ammo belt, and like it's the thing where multiple people
You're talking
can
about a
operate
machine
it.
gun, is?
Yeah.
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 No, I'm talking Donkey Kong, idiot.
Balls.
Anyway, but yeah, those you have any choices personally or for your boat?
You think maybe two of
Um,
those would be good? 2 machine guns, or just one if that's too much?
I think the machine guns each would be like 4 barter.
That'll leave me like with like 1 for my cannon, which may be all I need. I don't know though. Wesley wasn't planning to spend his bonus, so maybe I can.
What?
Just... Oh, were you?
What?
Okay, never
What?
mind.
Where'd you get that
Why wouldn't
from?
you? That'd be weird.
Because you weren't buying anything here. I'll
No,
get one.
I
okay.
wasn't asking Lynn anything.
Okay, I understand. I'm sorry. I'll get one
Yeah.
machine gun. I'll ask him like hook me up with that and give him the barter. Does that sound good?
Yep, at this point it's less so much like an interaction and more of a transaction. So it's like, yes, you get those.
I think it'd be one of these fancy little things.
I imagine you probably like put them near the front of the ship or something.
Yeah, just one.
Oh,
I
just
want
one?
to save my else to see if I need something else.
Okay.
If I don't, I'll go buy a second.
Though, Rusty, you were saying you wanted to spend it somewhere else. What did you mean by that?
I didn't want to bother Lynn whenever I can just go out and ask around for where things are.
Oh,
'Cause-
well, I figured just like, it isn't so much you're bothering Len, like, it's more that like, Len is where to go to get the stuff.
Oh, okay, because they seemed
it's,
exhausted. Didn't want to
the
bother them.
further on, like if you want a thing, it's not going to be like a whole interaction RP to do it. It's just like barter for thing.
Yeah, okay. Well, better armor for my crew, for the regulars.
So like
They fucking need it.
real stacked armor, huh?
Yeah, hopefully I can afford that.
How about 6 barter for like, because they already have like 1 armor.
Yeah.
Getting 2 armor is like starting to get real shit.
Yeah.
And I think for a whole cult, we're looking at 6 barter.
Okay, I'll spend that 6 barter for their safety. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I have 1 barter.
I'm good. I have a 2 armor. My crew, I think, just has 1 armor.
Anything fancy I can get for 1? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna make you go through that. Okay.
But yeah, the kind of armor they get is like real, like, tactical shit, like
Yeah.
Kevlar. Kevlar vests, ceramic plates, stuff like that.
So that's 2 armor.
Yep.
Okay, just writing that down.
Okay. Was there anything else from y'all? Because then we can go to Lorem.
I'm fine.
Let's check out Lorem for now.
Okay. Lug. She's still got her shack
Right.
down by the port.
Right.
I think
Is,
when you approach like the shack, like she like bursts out of the door, just like kicks it down, and there's like fumes coming out, and then she like stops and she sees you and is like, well, like expectantly, like, okay, what do you want? What are you doing?
I think Lug approaches closer. It gets more like apparent, of course, his arm and everything and all that. But he comes over. He looks at the smoke. And at first he thinks like, is that important right now?
No. Nice additions. Good design.
Thank you. I need a boat, a speedboat that is fast enough and strong enough to withstand ramming through this fleet. I have the Greasy Pinky, which is armored. If we can't add on to that, if there's nothing we can do with that, at the very least, something that can get through these.
I think she like keeps a level look at you for a bit, and then walks like wordlessly back into her workshop, and then like rolls this big cylinder. It's like a big cylinder of like foam and sheets, and then just like grabs one end and like lets it start to roll down the port, like little hill into the water, and just like rolls and rolls and rolls until it like completely comes out of like the foam and like and packing, and then just like clonk 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 down the hill again until it splashes into the water, and it rights itself, and it's a weird missile shaped boat that looks like it has a hatch that you're supposed to like it's like almost like a fucking coffin, like you lay down in it and like you close it. It looks like a death trap. But from what you saw, like it didn't take any scratches from that that tumble, so it is strong. Essentially, you have like a pilotable missile.
Fucking wonderful.
And she says,
Giuseppe's just in awe at how she was
Is
able
Giuseppe
to
even
produce this
here?
instantly. I don't know.
Is he?
He saw he
could
like
be here.
looks. He sees it rolling as he's like hanging out around outside. He's like sees it roll down the hill.
Yeah, he's just like having a smoke, and then it's just like, what the fuck?
Doesn't smoke. He has a candy
Yeah,
cigarette.
I was about to be like, Giuseppe smokes?
I don't know. Giuseppe seems like the kind of guy who smokes and then sees something weird and go like, "Oh, what?"
Just a candy cigarette. A Twizzler.
That's fine. He still like burns it at the end though.
No, he's doing that thing where he has a lollipop in his mouth, but he's licking it so fast that it's fuming.
Sure. She says, this is a prototype, untested.
There's no time like the present.
Just the way he likes it.
This is why I like you. Who knows if we'll have another chance after this to test any of this, so yes. I will need materials to actually create the final product though.
I think I've got you covered.
Wonderful.
And I think he would definitely explain, like, yeah. when Lynn challenged me in a wealth battle.
Holy fuck.
Fucking holy shit.
I think she like takes all this completely in stride. Just like, yeah, I understand. Absolutely. She, I think, explains like the controls. They're surprisingly sophisticated, but like understandably simple. You know, lots of like buttons and levers, ways to like make you not, you know, fill up the entire chamber with vomit because of spinning, you know, how to actually see where the hell you're going. It pretty much is just a torpedo, but it doesn't explode, and you are in it.
Holy
Fucking
shit.
amazing.
I think this whole thing would be 15 barter.
Okay.
Only 15 out of his 21.
Only 15. That's a number that's too large for barter.
Yeah.
If I was doing this like more legitimately and had y'all be spending barter just to like continue on with your sessions, you wouldn't have this much.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
If
right.
I actually,
Blue's
if I made the
hard
game
mode.
much more difficult in the management sense, you would not have been this stupefyingly rich.
You
You're
better be
right.
glad I picked Maester D.
Mhm.
I'm sure everybody's very glad.
I'm not. I don't get nothing about that. I don't care.
You get a house.
Yeah, not
but
that
it used,
much.
it
You
used to be
think I made
Jerry's
this room
house.
well, no, I didn't make this room and board. The other room and board I made.
Yeah, but I got you your customers. Shut up.
Okay, maybe that's fair. Also, I kind of just chopped it off the side of a boat.
Yeah. Kind of stole it. Okay, but... Okay, so
Nevertheless, let's move
all
on.
of the Exodia has been stolen no matter which one we were on. Let's continue.
Yeah, the final thing that that they give you is a local frequency for their sort of fleet. They tell you about they tell you essentially that you have relative authority to sort of command ships. You're the heroes of millions after all. You know how to do this shit. You know war because you helped them win it. So if you see fit, you can order them, to try and accomplish things. It's obvious that the most important thing is to get to whatever they're defending and stop it. Question mark?
If possible.
Yeah, that is the gist of it. You have, I think, a good couple hours before the actual engagement. So if you wanted to like do anything, talk to anybody in particular, you could.
Can I use the remaining barter to ensure that this thing is stable?
Yeah, I think just like straight up just hammering more plating onto it. I think like Lorm just like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. Making a thicker head to it so that it doesn't crumple if you land it wrong.
Right.
It is very much designed to hit from the point on. If you do not hit, like if you hit glancing, it'll certainly crumple in. But now that you've armored it, it'll do less of that. Hopefully. Hopefully you won't just make a fucking horrible sardine can for yourself doing this.
Yeah, I was just thinking like, that's one way to bag sardines.
Yeah, absolutely. You can armor this thing up.
Okay.
Make sure
Yeah.
none of the internals are like vulnerable.
Add a second engine.
What's that?
Add a second engine, all that good stuff. Maybe a
I don't think
third.
there's time for that. Those dreams will have to wait.
All right.
If this thing makes it out of it. Yeah, is there anybody you wanted to speak to, or?
I want to talk to Elena, see what she's up to. Personally.
Yeah, I think Elena's in her, medical building.
I'm gonna knock. I know I don't have to knock. Like, I'm well aware I don't have to knock. I'm gonna knock anyway.
Hey.
Come in.
Hey.
Come in. It's a
He's
public
coming-
building. You don't have
he's
to
coming
knock.
in.
Yeah, I know.
I heard you made landing.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something was going on. With the
It's
storm.
nice to see you, but it's always a little too soon, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, always.
I hear it's the end of the world.
Ain't it always, though?
No. But thank you for that regardless.
I don't know, it always seems like it is.
He shrugs.
How you been?
Oh, we've been making do. Thankfully, we haven't had an invasion in the last few weeks, so I haven't had to deal with any horrible bodily injury.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Everybody who's needed one has been able to get prosthetics lately, thanks to that. So
Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's a lot of good news.
Yeah, shut up. Sorry, my cat's over here talking. Sorry.
it's all good.
I think he just wanted to check up and have a small talk. Nothing too
That's good.
intensive.
Small talk's good.
Yeah, small talk's good. That's all. Just some small talk before, the end of the world.
If we can annihilate BG here, that'll probably mean the liberation of a great many peoples.
Fuck yeah.
And probably bring about an age of peace in the area for a long while. That's the hope, anyway.
Yeah, that'd be best outcome. Honestly. I'm gonna hope for that outcome.
I think she like cracks her neck and is just like, hope. I'm too old for that. I'm a spent old bitch.
Rusty gives a chuckle. Yeah, hey, how old is she? Compared to Rusty?
She won't tell.
Compared to Rusty? Can I get that?
I think you're like...
No, me?
Myself? She figures out... No, I'm not going to tell you. And if Rusty asks, she says like, fucking a lady doesn't tell.
Yeah, he wouldn't ask that. He knows that's kind of a rude question to ask.
I think she like gets it from him, like, looking at her and being like, like, oh, he's trying to figure something out. What is it? Well, he obviously doesn't give a shit if I had a haircut because I don't have hair.
I haven't had any new prosthetics lately since last he checked. He was here, alright. Just
He's
going
lost
through
any
the
more parts. That's normal.
Yeah.
Is it the eye thing?
The eye thing? Is that's what he's expecting?
He didn't fall for it the first time.
But yeah, I think you just have a nice, pleasant chat. When you like have to go, I think she like brings her hand up for a shake.
Fuck yes, shake time.
She shakes your hand.
Yeah. I'm guessing both of our arms fall off.
Does yours?
Yeah.
Okay, it does, and she just like, oh. Hers doesn't come off.
Damn, you want
She looks down at your hand, and then like her eye falls out of her socket and like clacks on the ground. It's like, fuck. Well, c'est la vie, and gives you back your hand.
I give her back the eye.
Thanks.
Pick it up for her. Shit. Good stuff. Well.
I know that Len said that they've just hired like a bunch of merchants and mercs and other people who are just stopping by and going to help with the war effort. I want to see who those people are, see if I see anyone I recognize. Like if they're just coalescing down near the docks.
Let me think. I honestly don't think you'd really recognize anybody. Like, I don't think Silver would be involved in this.
That's fair. I need to. When do I get to see Silver so I can apologize to them?
Yeah, God bless them, but
Yeah.
I don't think they want to be involved in a war.
Yeah, no, I think, like, after the last conversation, it's kind of clear that, oh, hey, they're not into this kind of thing. They're not into
I
this
just want to apologize for not listening to them. Don't get involved in the war effort? Okay, Giuseppe said, getting involved in the war effort.
I mean, I remember them saying, like, don't get, like, involved in the weird shit.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Don't get
Okay.
involved in the weird shit, Giuseppe says, as he gets involved in the weird shit. Yeah, I guess if there's no one else I'd recognize, I guess there's not really anyone I'd want to talk to unless someone requests from me.
Yeah, I think, like, you just have a lot of the usual suspects, like, a few people you recognize be like, hey, how's it going? We're gonna do this shit. It's gonna be great.
Giuseppe's like, I don't know if enthusiastic is the right word, but he's jumping at the chance that this may be the end of it. Maybe the end of him,
Right.
but at least the end of it all.
Right. Yeah, if you don't have anyone in particular that you'd want to talk with, I don't know that I could, like, pick anyone out for you.
How are the bandmates doing?
As normal as a band that's about to go to war it can be.
Okay.
They do have their nice weapons that they haven't really had much of a chance to use, so I guess
Yeah.
they're like
Big
getting
axe
ready for
for
that.
Cope.
Right.
I feel bad for Darnell. He still's got nothing because I got the axe
Don't.
and then. Okay.
I don't feel bad for him.
We are without sympathy for Darnell.
Good.
Good.
I hate Darnell. All my homies hate Darnell.
It's
He's
true.
the glue that holds us together. We need him for like the negative emotions and the bad vibes.
But
Yeah, I think that's it for me. I can't think of
Okay.
any last exposition.
would that be it for everyone then?
I think so.
Yeah, I've already checked up on everybody. So,
Okay.
fuck.
I assume you obviously spent some time like, bolting your new weapon to the fucking ship and like probably hoisting your horrible torpedo into the garage or whatever the hell. I think they mentioned that they're going to send out the larger part of the fleet before they have you do it. Kind of have you be the spoiler, I suppose, of the fight.
Right. We don't
yeah, I
want them
think-
shooting me down immediately.
Right. I think about about half an hour after you start to hear the sort of booming retorts of explosions and like gunshots in the distance. They give you the go to head out.
Fuck.
Fuck.
What's up?
This is just crazy, honestly.
We finally made it.
I finally made it.
Yeah, it's a few miles to actually get to where there's fighting, and before you can even like clearly see the entire like battle going on, you do see what they're fighting over. And it is what was apparently obscured by the storm, a thin line going from the blue and into the clouds. Just this massive, massive tower that like seems almost suspended by strings. Just a white line, between the firmament and the heavens.
Holy shit.
And at the base of it is BG's flagship. This like thing just about twice as large as the Exodia, which seems nearly impossible, even by like lunatic, engineering standards like Eurslug. But it is huge, and it is bristling with guns. And even beyond that, is the armada of other war ready ships that are currently locked in combat with the variety of of boats and ships that Millions has sent out. At the moment, there doesn't seem to be any particular tide of the battle. How do you go about getting involved in this?
So we've not been noticed, right?
Nobody has like broken off to attack you, but that's likely because everybody has someone they're fighting,
It's obvious who's our enemy and who's not, correct?
Yeah. BG ships all have like often markings and coloration that show, I think like their sort of two colors is like red and purple.
Okay. So, and how far are we out from them currently?
I'd say like you're about a kilometer out.
Okay.
You're close enough that like within a few minutes you would be there. And if you like sent your smaller ships out, they would make it like in half the time.
Smaller ships should go out. This is me saying, and I want everyone to say if they agree, disagree, what should be changed. I think smaller ships should definitely go out. There needs to be a crew on the Exodia as well. And torpedo.
Okay. That sounds alright with me. I mean, hell.
How do we want to do this? Do we want to flank them? Do we want to come in support for who's already there?
I think smaller ships may flank while we, as the bigger ship, maybe support.
That sounds good. Jacob?
Yeah, I think like smaller ships go attack, bigger ships supports. I don't know if I want to go on a smaller boat though. I think in some sense I want to stay and protect the main boat, just because that's where my group works best.
I think if any of you try to get on the smaller ones, like, they don't let you. Like, no, you're too important to this.
Fucking banned.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
Um,
so I guess I'd like to stay in my group of ground, man the turret I just got. So I have to cut
Right.
out for a second.
okay, so you're gonna send out your ships to try to, like, harass, and then, like, kind of come in with the bigger ship and, like, deal with it, right? Is that it?
Right.
Sounds
Yeah.
right.
Okay, what would we have that as a role, for the start of all this? I think,
Okay. Who's rolling, or are all of us rolling?
well, it depends. We have to figure out what actually this is. In some ways, this feels like suckering someone. You know, you're just kind of, like, well, no, this isn't so much of an ambush. You decided this wasn't necessarily an ambush. You were going to, like, do something that wasn't ambushing, right?
Kind of. Yeah, it's like. Let me look at the moves.
What's that?
Let me look at the moves.
Because part of me thinks it's like a subterfuge move. You're trying to break people out of the mass to, like, come at you, where you can, like, shoot with, your big ass gun.
Would it be bait or mouse?
Mouse is if you're running away. When you're the bait, you're trying to get them into a trap. So I think we'll do when you're the bait, and this will depend on who is, like, commanding that, essentially.
Who has the highest cool?
Let's
No,
not
I just want to.
metagame
No,
this.
I'm not metagaming. I just do want to know because I know that I have two, but I don't think it would work for me to be doing it. I think it would work best for Giuseppe to do it, but I
Yeah.
don't know what his cool is.
I have
I mean,
one.
you
I have
you
one
do
cool.
have leadership as an ability, so you do have, like, you've used it before. You have leadership.
But I'm gonna be in the
quality.
torpedo.
Are you? Oh, I didn't realize you were going to do that immediately.
Holy shit.
Well, of
Did
course.
we name it, or is it just the torpedo?
You haven't named it yet.
Killdozer.
Sure.
Dozer.
It sounds like you might not even use the the Exodia for this. It sounds like you're, like, maybe using maybe the Greasy Pinky or something to draw them out, and then just, like, spearing them, with the Killdozer.
I was thinking more of like those things distracting, like all of the chaos and ships distracting, and that preferably the Killdozer is like not noticeable enough to the point that it can just go through and be like, fuck, what was that?
Right. Okay, then that does seem then that the Killdozer doing that sounds like a suckering someone,
Right.
which is you just do your harm, which I think, like, depends on what kind of ships you're targeting. And considering you decided you're going to be in that, I think you're going to be just controlling the Killdozer.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Other people will have to do commanding and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's again, that's what I was getting at.
Right. I thought that you were keeping the Killdozer for later, but if you're opening with the Killdozer, then that's fine. I think we'll just go ahead and immediately narrate what happens, like, when you use the Killdozer, which is, considering you don't even have to roll for this because you just, they're unsuspecting. What ships are you attacking? Because there's, like, smaller ships that are, often full of either boarding people or people who are, like, chucking bombs at folks, or just smaller ships in general, like, doing circles around shit. Or are you going for, like, larger ships that, like, often have, like, grenade launchers or small cannons on them?
So when you say smaller, you don't mean like speedboat, right?
I'm gonna say smallers are usually speed. Like, there will be three sizes. One is small. One is speedboat. One is, like, tugger, and then the final would be, like, the fucking flagship, which is massive.
Yeah,
Tugger would probably
think
be
it would
about, like, Tugger's like half the size of the Exodia.
Yeah, definitely going after those.
Okay. They can probably, like, if you do that, it's not so much that they're going to, like, immediately be knocked out. It'll take a while for them to, like, sink like that, and therefore people will be able to, like, warn folks. Just a heads up for, like, how that would work, because you're not, like, an explosive. you're spearing them.
Yeah,
you know?
but the thing is also I'm thinking like spearhead and correct course to the next closest one ad infinitum. Preferably, if possible, like correct course into like a circle loop of going through the same one multiple times to like increase damage and probably the rate it's going to be sinking.
Okay, then that's like the choice we'll make. Like, are you going to like focus or are you going to spread it out?
I'm gonna say focus.
Okay. Yeah, like the torpedo is far and away the fastest thing that you have, and it just like pretty much blasts off as soon as you like press the pedal for go, and just pretty much almost as soon as you have somebody like within your sight that you're certain is like one of BG's battleships, you hit it, and it's like there's a jolt and then a keening sound, and then you're just back in the water and everything's normal. And you like you pull really hard on the little levers for changing direction, and just like careen back, and you almost go like straight through the hole you just made. But like you have that same jolt and a keening, and then you're through again. I think they didn't know what the fuck hit them. There was just a horrible line in the water that just kind of bisected their ship twice, and like now their ship is like it's essentially already tipping. Like it's tipping forward on itself. People are sliding on the fucking deck, and they're just like, "What the fuck?"
Why are we on fire?
Yeah, that. What is everyone else doing? As in this opening act, essentially.
Well, shit. Lug's gone.
Remember that they gave you, permission essentially to order other ships around. So if you need them to like do something, like the ultimate aim of this is to get to the, whatever they were protecting, which seems to be the base of that tower. So you don't like destroying the armada is honestly like unlikely to happen like on this level unless like everyone just takes absolute casualties. So the real thing that has to happen, I think, is to break through, right?
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind.
Well, I've never been one for planning, sadly. Does anywhere look weaker in their line than other places?
I think where the torpedo just went.
Well,
right?
yeah, that's fair.
Like there was an area where this thing was harassing like a bunch of boats, like just on its own, and then suddenly it's just like knocked the hell out.
Holy shit!
And now there's like a small vacuum, in that the massive fighting.
Well, shit. It'd be best probably to keep on to that area then.
Right.
Keep that open, so then I guess since we're going in for the Exodia to pull through, since it sounds like our crew's going in, because of course it wouldn't be our narrative if we weren't going.
So are you
in.
sending the boats in, or are you like doing something with the Exodia to do that?
I think since we have the ability to order others, I'd probably mention, hey, be best to keep that open if possible.
Right. There's a few ships that like were fighting that one and no longer have to. So I think like they get your reading, like stay in your areas, hold the pocket essentially.
Yeah.
And they just turn towards other enemies and like double the pressure on them and like keep pushing them back.
Hella.
We can roll for how good that goes though.
Okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Let me think.
You know how
What would
I
you
am.
call this? What do you think?
Well, I would hope for the other people to do really well. Probably seduce or manipulate, since I'm talking to people.
I don't think that's necessarily
but-
how it'd go. I'm thinking like
No.
either I'm looking at like tactical or like
Yeah.
regular battle moves.
Probably seize by force with the not fight your way, keep hold of something you have, but it's not like we have it. Well, we
Right.
have a hole, so keep hold of that. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay, what is my... Where is it? It's... Okay. That's less hard. Oh, thank God.
Good.
Oh, thank God. I got
You-
worried.
you
I know
do
I have
the-
that +3, but still.
You do the damn
That's
thing.
fear.
So yeah, you choose 3 of these. One of them was
Keep hold of the
keep
hole.
hold. Right.
I guess. Want to impress, dismay, and frighten the enemy. Like, oh
Okay.
shit, the torpedo. Oh shit, now they're on us.
Right. I think like frightening and dismaying would enlarge the pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get one more. Since I've already chose 2.
Yep. Less harm would obviously mean like they take very little harm from that. Doing more harm would like, do harm to the enemy ships.
Yeah, I think in this situation, suffer little harm would be best.
Okay. Yeah, like they like as one basically just turn from their area and like just start laying into just anything around them, and it's just like explosions that like just straight up rock like other ships off of their courses.
Yeah.
And the pocket it basically just grows like straight up 2 sizes.
Shit, yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
I don't know like how many sizes a pocket has, but it's big now.
It's big now. Is it big enough
Right.
for the Exodia Plus, or
Absolutely.
getting there?
The
Absolutely.
Exodia Plus has like the pocket was already fine for the Exodia Plus. This is
Okay.
just like better. If
Yeah.
if you had an Exodia Plus plus plus,
it'd be holy
that would
shit?
it'd probably be pretty good.
Okay, well we're clear. We're in the clear.
Right. Giuseppe,
Sorta.
what are you doing?
Sorry, one sec.
Okay.
So at the moment I've just been like staying up at the top front of the ship, holding a machine gun, trying to aim at anything that looks at me funny, which may not be much at the moment.
I think it's
Right.
everything. I'm sorry.
But now that we're getting into like we have like an opening, we probably should start charging into it. Maybe.
Maybe.
You think you're gonna charge?
I like that idea.
Just rev that shit up.
I guess so.
Up. Sorry,
and,
look.
like if something gets close, then I am blasting. Gang at my
Okay.
side if I need the backup.
Let's see. Roll me a You're the Cat. Because
What's
this
that
is
plus?
it's plus cool. Because this makes me think of like you're kind of almost chasing them like into their own into the pocket.
Oh baby!
Ufa.
Holy shit.
Big rolls.
Hella.
Yeah, 10 plus. You on a hit, you catch your prey out. So you just like the Exodia guns it right into that pocket. Like Jesus. I don't know what to say. Like you get right in the pocket and you're like pushing and pushing and pushing. You're in there and you've got plenty of room around you. There's not all that many ships that are around to like be able to deal with you. They know you're there and you're probably the biggest goddamn boat in the area, so like all eyes are kind of on you, but they can't do anything about it at the moment.
Very nice.
Except
Oh boy.
you hear both you and Rusty, I think, you hear like a series of wet slaps nearby
Oh,
on your deck.
Oh, fun. Yeah, what is it? Have they boarded us?
Yeah. Before you can like fully understand what's going on, you hear like a bunch of struggling, and you see some people who had apparently like climbed over the side of your ship. There's Visage and several of her
Holy
her
shit.
crew.
This is back.
Visage in particular has Thistle on the ground.
Holy shit, how'd she do that? What the fuck? Yo, Jesse, you can't just do that. This will go
Otherwise,
gamer.
the others of them have pushed a bunch of the Gineers and everyone else like off of their area and are like kind of threatening menacingly with guns.
Holy shit. Oh,
fuck. I think Visage takes the momentum and goes, so it would seem our destinies have brought us together again.
Yeah, this sucks. Not that you're like an awful, like, horrible person, but this fucking sucks.
Same to you.
Well, I guess I'm getting a knife out. That's all I got. Some knives. Are any of their like regulars free?
I think largely people backed off a bit, and they're kind of like Visage has Thistle like with a knife to the throat, like not like just like threatening, and so nobody's moving.
Fuck. That's a threat. All right. Well, I guess I'm not getting a knife out.
I mean, you can get a knife out, like that's your
know.
prerogative.
Yeah, I know, but like now that I know that there is a knife to Thistle's throat, I don't want to fuck up this situation.
I think Thistle goes, don't lament the dance we've been dealt.
Holy shit.
This was always how it would end.
So Thistle or Visage is saying that?
Or Visage, I'm sorry.
Okay, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Shit. This sucks. Am I allowed to frenzy them? Or is that too much?
I think them, no. I don't want to like keep telling you like nah you're frenzy, but like it has to be less of a
No, I understand.
Like, dedicated specific people.
Yeah.
Like if you boarded another crew and you frenzied them, I think it would certainly work, but Visage especially is like kind of fanatically unwilling to listen to probably a frenzy.
Yeah, that's fine. That's understandable. All right.
Speaking of which, Thistle continues.
You mean Visage?
Visage. By now you should know that I am not a violent person. So I will give you a choice. You, Rusty. Fight me to the death, and winner can do whatever the hell they want. Loser leaves.
Fuck.
I have a family. I want to keep them safe. I know that I will die here, whether by your hand or someone else's. I'd like to see who does it.
Shit.
Are you conflicted?
I am. Like, fuck. I want to do it, but
I think she sees that conflict. Like, how long do you like hesitate?
I don't want to hesitate fast. Hold on, Michael's talking. Holy shit.
Oh, I was gonna make a joke. I was gonna say bitches born after 20XX, all they know is fight, be violent, cause conflicting emotions, not negotiate.
Well, I mean, it's obvious she's not going to move with her position. She's made up her mind, so I guess I have to make up my mind. That iridescent knife I've always had on me, I'm gonna pull that out for now.
I will mention that Visage does not appear to have any armor. Visage just has like a cloak and her mask.
Holy shit. Yeah, so this knife will be good enough. But she's gonna be faster than me, because that's how she is. She's faster than me.
Rusty just pulls out a gun. One shot.
I don't even have a gun. I've got all these knives. Like, I'm looking at my inventory, and it's like knife, quadcopter, knife, the shawl, knife, jacket, sewing book, beer hat. Like.
Yeah, so what do you do?
Well, I guess I have to accept. I don't want, like, Thistle to be hurt. I don't want my crew to be hurt. Oh, friends and family hurt, and it's like I don't want to hurt Visage, so she can go back to her family. But it's like,
I think,
actually,
okay,
can
in
I
that
read
case, like, what's that?
Can I read a person?
You can.
I'm gonna read a person. What is that? Read a person. That is roll sharp. Okay, I have 2 sharp. Oh, thank you.
Pretty good.
Thank you, sidekick.
So, hold 1.
Mm.
Which one of these? Is your character telling the truth? What are they really feeling? What do they intend to do? What does your character wish I'd do? How could I get your character to blank?
God, these are all really good questions in this like context, though. I wish I could ask all of them, but I can't.
You want me to like support a roll so you can ask one more? I mean 3.
Would that work? I think so, because you're on the ship.
You're on. Yeah, like I thought I'm in the same fight as you.
You're on the boat, yeah.
Well, should I roll support?
Roll plus 8 checks.
Okay.
Is that good to do right now, or should I choose one first?
I mean, you may as well roll for 8 checks.
Okay.
Fuck.
Bad. And you know what that does. The consequences. Be prepared for the consequences for failing that.
Yeah.
Really?
So
why do
go
I
ahead
get
and
low? But
Okay.
go ahead and
like,
ask your thing.
what do I now? God dang it.
What's your character really failing?
Absolution.
Absolution.
That a journey long denied is about to end. Essentially resignation, but in like less of a this is like a sad thing that has to happen, and more, sort of like a finally,
Finally, this is happening. Okay. Well, I feel a little better.
Yeah, but I think she sees that you do not want to like hurt her, in the like conflicted series of emotions.
Yeah.
And she says, "Let me help you along in this journey." And she moves that knife.
Fuck. Fuck off. Oh my god.
And then she rises and she bears her knife at you.
Well, I guess
Fight
I've got
me.
my fucking knife. Fuck off. Oh my god. I'm upset now. Well, I guess I'm
Rusty,
fighting.
I want Rusty to go in a fucking furious frenzy now.
He already has.
This needs to be the point where Rusty, like, not.
Yeah, hey,
like,
remember whenever you asked the last time Rusty got incredibly angry? Yeah, I think this was the next time.
So,
That
single combat, no quarters.
no quarters. Okay, let's.
Everyone's formed essentially a
Here it is,
a
or
ring
something.
around y'all. Go ahead and roll plus hard.
I know I just rolled hard, but I have to check my stat. Oh, you just rolled hard. You should know your stat.
7, 9, okay.
7 and 9, choose 1. I guess. I don't know what kind of knife she has, do I?
It looks wicked and strange.
Looks wicked and strange. Suffer little harm.
Okay.
I don't think God's gonna help me out on this one.
Yeah, I think like you like lunge at her, or actually no, I didn't ask. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, I'd lunge. I'm fucking angry. I hate this. This is fucking sucks. I'm going after
I
her.
think you lunge, and like when you do, she like dashes forward and like shoves into your chest with like her shoulder, like shoving you back.
Yeah.
Before like taking a few swings with a knife. You like try to keep her at arm's length, but you're getting pushed back.
Yeah.
I think take 1 harm from when she like kind of slashes down at one of your legs.
1 harm.
Well, actually no,
Shit.
2 harm minus 1 harm, so 1 harm.
Is it armor
actually, no, you
penetrating?
have armor, don't you?
Yeah, I have 1 armor. So no
Let me
damage.
think. Yeah, I guess no damage.
No damage. Okay.
What knife are you using?
The iridescent knife. It's 2 harm messy. It's like the
2
best
harm
thing
messy.
I have right now.
Okay. Yeah. I think you. I shouldn't have said earlier that she had no armor because she does have armor.
Okay.
I'm sorry to kind of like fuck that up.
Yeah, it's chill.
Would you have used a different knife if I had said that?
I don't really have a better knife. It's
Okay.
every knife I have has 2 harm except for the hurting knife that does 1 harm.
But I think when you lunged, you were able to like get a slice off like around her side.
Okay.
You're both bloodied now.
Yay.
So, do you stop or do you yield or do you continue?
Well, I gotta continue. You think Rusty's gonna like back off right now?
Right.
No.
Okay.
Shit.
So go ahead and roll.
Oh. I almost put F. +3. 10, okay.
Very good.
The
So that's
what
both.
does both, okay.
So plus harm and minus harm. So what do you do?
Well, is it possible to grab her and throw her down and get an advantage that way?
Rip the mask off.
I mean,
Rip the
like-
mask off.
You're essentially narrating how you do this because
Yeah.
you did this, so you get to do what you
Oh
want to do.
shit, I get to do what I want to do. Yeah, I would like to sling her down and plunge the knife down.
Okay, yeah, I think she like lunges forward with a stab, but you get her arm, and you like, you do a sort of throw that like lands her on the ground where she loses the wind in her lungs, and you stab down. She like tries to roll away a bit, but it gets real deep in her shoulder before she's able to like kind of rip away. She tries to like stab at you, but I don't think it's able to like get through very well. I think she asks, "What are you fighting for?" "I'm fighting because I have no choice, but you have a choice. Why are you here? Why do you choose to die?"
Sorry. Yeah, what the fuck is Rusty fighting for? Jesus. Have we even established that? No. Well, she played his hand on killing Thistle. Like, what the fuck is up with that? I don't get it. How does she not have a choice? She could just fucking leave here. She could just like, okay, I'm on the ship. Alright, everybody,
She
I'm
has
with you.
internality.
What now?
She has internality.
What's that mean? Sorry.
She has shit that she deals with that you do not know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, BG could have
these
her
these
family.
same sort of questions were back when you were on like Hidden. Why is she here? Why is she doing this?
Yeah.
Why is she working for this warmonger? It's like, well,
Well, I don't know, and I'm not gonna get that out of a roll, I don't think. I don't think I'm gonna get a good roll for that.
sometimes that's just how the world works. You don't get
Yeah,
to
I don't
learn
get
why
to
people
know,
are the way
yeah.
they are.
Real shame, but you know what? That's how it be.
You can also, of course, choose not to, answer her.
Yeah, I can't answer her that. Rusty's pissed off.
It's that sort of thing where, like, the antagonist is like poking holes in the protagonist's like way of thinking in life, and like the protagonist just does not have an answer for it.
Not to mention, bruh, he like killed a man who strangled his fucking arm. Just turned it into string cheese. Went nuts on that dude. Yeah, I don't think I want to answer.
Okay.
Alright, sidekick bot. Don't fuck me up. Okay, thank you, sidekick
A little
bot.
fucked up.
Yeah, I mean it's for sidekick bot fucking me up. That's okay. I'll take that. I'll take it. Let's inflict terrible harm. Let's just go at it. Fuck.
Okay.
Just go for it. I'm mad. Rusty's fucking
Yeah.
pissed.
So what do you do?
Well, she's gotten up. She's talking shit. Talking shit about me. She's not really. Is it possible to like do an upswing with the knife? Run up?
Oh no, that's impossible with a knife.
Oh no.
There's no way you could do
There's
that.
no way I could do that. I'm sorry. Let me know. Do it. I'm doing that.
Yeah, it sounds like yeah, you can try and like, so she like, I think, lunges at you and you try to bring the knife up to her, and she like largely catches your arm from being able to actually like get it very in, but it does scrape along her. She does like, the problem is that like she gets right in your goddamn face,
Yeah.
and she like flashes out a second knife from under her cloak that I think like catches you like in the chest just under the neck,
Fuck.
dealing 2 harm.
That's big pain. Armor penetrating?
No.
No, okay, so that'd be 1 harm then. Okay.
Yep.
Shit, fuck. Please, paint.net. I'm begging you to work.
And then she like leaps off of your chest and like lands back down like pretty heavily on the deck. She's looking much worse for wear. Like she's got a lot of like bad cuts on her. I think she like continues that little sort of monologue she's doing. You may not realize, but this world, it's a zero-sum game. I can't allow you to get through this if I want to continue to protect my family.
God,
It's you or me.
Well, she's already killed one of Rusty's family, so... Haha, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he's gonna explain that she's already killed one of his family, so fuck.
Right, and I think she responds, "You were weak. I had to give you strength."
Oh, fuck off. You would have done the fight anyway, my god.
No, you would have done a half-assed.
Yeah, I would have half-assed. I know. Yeah, I know. I would have done the fight anyway, though. Okay, so roll.
Yep, go ahead.
Go for it. Let's see.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Let's go full force. Terrible harm.
So what do you do? Like, this... I'm gonna just, like, say it outright. This will kill her.
Fuck, jumping plunge. It's Rusty's...
What does that mean?
Rusty's signature move. He's gonna fucking lunge. The jump. Like a long jump? Not like... Sorry, I started thinking about Mario, and it's like, no, not like that shit. You know, whenever you're doing the long jump for the Olympic stuff, where you just
Kinda.
Like he's doing a dive.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
He's diving towards her, knife in both hands, ready to like slam it down as he gets within range.
Yeah. You got it.
Okay. Yeah, I think, like, the two of you, like, essentially lunge at each other, but you bring the knife down, I think, like, in the space between, like, the shoulder bone and the neck.
Oof.
And just, like, plunge that in there, while she, like, comes in and stabs you from the side, I think a little bit underneath your armpit, dealing 2 harm.
Not armor penetrating, so...
No, it's still not, no.
Okay. Just making sure. I want to write the stuff down cleanly. Okay. Well, I've done it. I don't feel great. I feel upset. I'm sobbing. I'm like, fuck. Damn, this is dead. I don't care about Visage no more. Sorry. Not sorry. Visage is fucking dead. This was fucking dead.
I think also shut up. I think her one of her crew comes forward and grabs Visage's body. The others like are either like seem unable to move at the moment, but one like just like breaks down on his knees and like just starts wailing. The others have to like grab him and like drag him off the ship.
God, what a depressing scene. Just about everybody's fucking crying. Understandably so, just Lord. What a horrible scene.
So the boarding attempt has essentially been curtailed.
Yay.
Yep, hooray. The problem is that, like, while that was taking place, a lot of the pockets started to contract. So you're like a good like ways in, like, you know, towards the spire, but you're gonna have to really fucking fight for it if you want to get the rest of the way. So what do you do?
Okay, so it's no one's boarding anymore. So how
You
close
do
are we
have
to
the
the tower?
howitzer.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, we
What did
do
you
have.
say?
Hello?
What
Hello.
did Josie say we had?
The howitzer.
Oh yes, the howitzer.
No, no,
I've
no.
never used the howitzer. Is the problem? I don't know how to operate this thing.
Well, someone's gonna have to if you want to use it.
Who do I trust the most?
Hey, Darnell.
He probably would be the best. I don't know if I should do it though.
Well, ask one of the engineers. They should know how it works. Should.
Then, okay, if a engineer is on deck, I want to call over, just like, hey, get the howitzer out. We need to blast a hole through.
Get it out.
We are moving.
Shit. I think fucking shoot, I'm suddenly forgetting his name.
Giuseppe is also probably like upset at the scene he just witnessed, and
Describe
now he's
them?
worried about November is on his mind, so he's just going to
Right.
issue this order and get just to keep moving.
Strip, I think it's like, you know, aye aye, Captain, and heads down to prepare to fire. What are you trying to like accomplish, and what are you trying to hit?
Okay, how many boats are in front of us, like in the path to us trying to get to the tower?
It's not a matter of how many boats. It's kind of just like a matter of how hard you can push through.
Do we want to go straight through, or do we want to like shoot to the side and then make a turn to throw people off?
I can't answer that question.
I think we do want to make a bit of a swerve, try to curve around.
Well, the howitzer is on the side of the boat,
Yeah.
Okay.
so you'd have to make that curve anyways.
So yeah, blast to the side and then like make a quick swerve.
Okay. Can I get a seize by force?
Okay, that's plus my hard.
Bad.
What? Oh no.
Choose one.
Just one.
Okay, give me
I'm
a
so
second.
sorry.
Choose one.
I would like to suffer a little harm, but I also want to take control. Choices. Would this be a ship taking harm?
Yes.
Plus, zero.
Like there is blow through when vehicles take harm.
I guess just suffer a little harm for now. We'll eventually have to push through, but there may be something else. We may get like some intervention.
Okay. Yeah, you start to like position your ship such that you can like fire the howitzer. And I think you get one shot off, like, that largely misses everything. It like rocks a bunch of boats but doesn't do any particular damage. But like in response, I think several ships around you like realize that you've kind of like overextended yourself and like begin to just lay into you. I think several grenades like land on the deck and explode, as well as several bombs go off nearby, like in the water. The Exodia as a whole, I think, will take, you know, as a body, essentially takes 2 harm, and there's 1 harm blow through, which is to say, everyone inside takes 1 harm.
Ooh.
Not armor penetrating, just so you know.
Okay. Most of us have armor, so I guess that only hurts a few people.
Right.
Thank God I settled
So yeah,
my
that kind
crew
of
up with 2 armor.
That was kind of a load of crunk.
Yeah, you are in a pretty bad position, and you've just been kind of rocked.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, so these guys, right? are all focused on my ship. My ship.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh, this is our chance. We're gonna lay into them. Get them, get them.
Okay, so you want to like get
I
them
wanna,
out there.
I wanna
distracted.
sucker them. Oh, they're distracted. Yeah, I think this would be a great
I
time to
don't
sucker.
think this would be a sucker them. They know where you are and they can respond.
Okay, well, what would I have to roll to do a? How many ships are attacking our ship so far? What do you say? 2, 3.
Sure.
All right, 2, 3, 23. There are 23 ships attacking us. Okay.
Mike, why'd you do this to us?
What would you think that would be? Seize by force? Subterfuge?
It depends on what you're trying to do. Are you trying to like allow them safe passage, or are you trying to just do damage? Because if you're trying to like recreate a bigger pocket, just if you're trying to give them space to move, then we could call that laying down fire. If you're trying to like
Okay.
maybe keep them from being interfered with, it would be stand overwatch. But the important thing is, what are you doing?
I think it would be lay down fire as I'm trying to destroy these ships.
I mean, laying down fire isn't necessarily destroying. Like that would just probably be seized by force.
Oh.
Laying down fire is like laying down fire is trying to do things that help, like directly help your friends, whereas destroying them is you're not trying to help them, you're trying to like break something else.
Preoccupy them with the fact that they have just gotten several large holes in their ship, giving the Exodia enough time to either retaliate properly or to get out of there.
Then we'll do laying down fire.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll that. Very good.
So, I get to choose 3.
Glad
You sure
finally
do.
we've got something working out.
I provide covering fire, allowing another character to move or act freely. I provide suppressing fire, denying another character to move or act freely. And I take an opportune shot inflicting harm on an enemy within your reach. I am thinking Lug, through whatever fucking weird ass way of seeing he has, is able to see that everyone is aiming towards the Exodia, and he's not gonna have that. That's his ship, and I think that's when he looks for a position where the 3 or so ships that are all going after them are kind of just lined up. Set your ducks in a row sort of deal. And he just floors it through them. Like, go through one, exit, go through the next, exit, go through the last. And would it be possible for him to get, like, that turnaround of, like, coming back through? For
Sure.
second round?
Yeah, that sounds fine. So which 3 were you taking? You were saying covering fire,
Covering fire, suppressing fire,
and opportune shot.
and opportune shot, yes.
Okay. Let's see. So you're denying, essentially the enemy. You're covering the Exodia, and you're just also mashing them up.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you absolutely 100% do that. Like 100% as you just said it, basically. You just, they line their ducks up, and you just like shoot them down, basically, or not shoot them down, but you skewer them,
Ram them down.
You skewer them with a horrible little boat. Yeah, the Exodia is currently, therefore, on the safer side. You have an opening again. What is Rusty doing?
Fucking trying to chill out. He's still upset over all that.
I'm sure.
And being rocked around with a bunch of grenades doesn't help. Shit, guys gotta get his composure. Sorry, Rusty. Gotta slap yourself around a little bit and get back up. Gotta fight on for Thistle, dude. Dude, come on, get up. Well, I guess I'm getting up.
Okay.
Anything I can do?
You
Cause
want to man the
I
machine gun for a bit?
get on the machine gun.
Yeah, you could make sure no
Okay.
borders come on.
Yeah, I could. I guess so.
So we call that keeping an eye out.
Yeah. What's my sharp at? 2, okay.
Or stand overwatch. You know, one of the two. Stand overwatch is more about being able to hit someone before they do anything. Keep an eye out is being able to direct people to stuff.
Yeah, keep an eye out seems best right now. Oh shit! Plus 12, baby. The whole 3.
Golly. So you didn't actually say what you were doing.
Yeah, I did I? Well, I guess I'm getting on one of them turrets, looking to see if anybody's like doing anything that could possibly hinder our voyage to this tower, and shooting them. Probably.
So stand overwatch?
Fuck. Is that stand overwatch?
That's stand overwatch, and you get to choose one of the stand overwatch things in that case.
Oh.
On a hit, if any. Also, what did you roll?
12.
No, the stat.
I for keep an eye out because I thought it was like, hey, I misunderstood. Okay, so I can stand overwatch then if that's the one. And... Okay, yeah. Then stand overwatch sounds about right, so I guess roll cool.
I mean, you already rolled. Is
No,
cool the same number as sharp?
No.
Then
Oh,
what is it?
it's -1.
Then what would it be if this was roll?
Oh,
if that
okay.
last roll was.
It'd
It
be
looks like it would
11.
be a 9.
9, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 sounds good. Yeah, that seems right.
Stand
okay.
overwatch for an ally. Roll plus cool. On a hit, if anyone attacks or interferes with your ally, you attack and inflict harm is established, as well as warning your ally. You just don't get the on a 10 plus choose one, which is inflicting harm before they attack and or inflicting terrible harm.
Okay.
So if someone comes fuck with y'all, you're able to like hurt them, but they'll be able to at least get something off.
Alright, so I just stood overwatch.
Sure did. If anyone
Sure
comes
did.
over, you'll blast them
Hell yeah.
with a
Sounds
whole
sick.
ass machine gun.
Sounds sick.
Let's see. Giuseppe, what are you doing with the moment that Lug has given you?
How did it create like a big hole I can push through?
It's not like a big hole, but it lets you it shores up your position.
I would like to move into it. I'd also like to maybe try again with the howitzer and maybe get a little bit better luck this time. I don't have confidence though.
You could seize by force, gain the momentum again.
Okay. Let me roll that. Just like push through, push forward, and fire a bit more.
Right.
Thank
Not
you.
bad. So what are you choosing? You get to choose 2.
I'll take my usual too, I think. A little harm, take control.
Okay. The Exodia starts to take a bunch more well, actually, no. Nobody can hurt you because of this, so there is no exchanging of harm. You just do it. Yeah, you start to every few, I'll say every around 10 seconds, another howitzer blast goes out, and it's just creating havoc all around you. As you push the Exodia ever further into it's a precarious position, but there's nowhere that's exactly safe, when you're this deep. I think one more big push and you'll be able to pretty easily get to the spire itself. You will.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
think something that's important to note, I think, is that the flagship hasn't launched, hasn't done anything. It's just sat there.
That's
Not a single
terrifying.
bullets come from it.
That's not
That's
great.
not good.
I mean, good for us in the moment, but overall, I don't think that's good. Well, nothing to do about that for us right now, so I'd say try to push on in.
Keep moving.
Yeah,
Stand Overwatch does pay off at the moment though, because considering you're pushing, I think at least several boarding parties attempt to get on, but thanks to the wonderful, or not wonderful, but the good roll earlier.
The Mercy of Psychic Bot.
yeah, this
Yeah,
Mercy
the
of
Mercy of
Psychic
Psychic Bot. You gun a large majority of them down before they can even get close to your boat.
Oh, good. At least there's that.
The boats they're using for boarding are not armored, so you just kind of blow just holes straight through them. So, what does this final attempt at a push, or like this final push, look like from y'all?
Let's see.
Full speed ahead. Battering ram through anything smaller.
That's my job.
Just do that, but for everybody.
Yeah,
All
sounds
the
right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Just go forward.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
Glug would not approve of this.
Well, of course
What would
not.
you-
Well,
Approve of.
first I'd like to know what Lug is doing.
Yeah, Lug.
How is Lug doing this?
So we have this opening, right?
Yep.
And I'm assuming nobody can really come up behind us, right? At the moment.
I don't know how you mean, because like everybody's behind you essentially.
Oh.
That isn't to say like
Uh-oh.
you've rocked through, but it's just that you are in, like, you're a good ways in the middle of a huge battlefield essentially. There is no safe spot. Everywhere around you is like enemy and ally alike.
Sounds fun.
I guess I don't want to leave the lava allies like completely abandoned if we make our push in.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So I'm assuming there's allies that are close to the spire as well. Kind of like, in front of us, there are some boats that are with us and against us, and we need to get rid of the ones that are against us. Right?
I'd say that like your allies are not particularly close to the spire. That area in particular is like, it's hard held ground essentially.
But what if I made it not?
Okay. You want to seize it?
I want to seize it.
Okay. Roll that shit.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Make your choices.
Take definite and undeniable control of it, and suffer little harm.
Okay.
And I think this would be a good way of doing this would be with the boats that are kind of definitely more like closer in. I think Lug would go through. Of course, there's nothing else to do. Go through them, but in this sense, not going through like twice over each. This would be a more spread out sort of thing. So if all these boats that are over in this area kind of like go and like shoot through, get out, move on to the next boat. Mm-hmm. So probably not enough to truly sink them, but enough to get them like preoccupied with dealing with this hole that is now filling with water.
Right.
So would that work?
Yeah, it sounds like it'd work. But as you're shooting through them, they've finally like really gotten a beat on you, and you can hear like, various like bullets that are plinking off of the armor you've added to this thing, until one more kind of forceful retort kind of sends a bullet like whizzing through the killdozer, and I think it strikes your prosthetic and like ricochets around in the in the chamber.
Oof.
Your prosthetic's a little damaged, a lot damaged. It's got a pretty big rent in I think the upper arm part of it, But the more important part is that you're taking on water.
Oops.
Drink the water.
Yeah, drink it really fast. Become dehydrated.
Well, it's just one bullet hole, correct?
It's a sizable bullet hole. And any water in this thing is not good. Considering there's not a whole lot of space to be in there that is not water. I think the most important part is that, like, taking on water means you're losing air.
Okay, how about I lay down...
But we
Here's-
can come back to that in a moment
God
because
damn it.
everyone else is doing shit. What are you doing, Rusty, in this moment?
Well,
You kept the
shit.
borders off, but what are you doing from now?
Oh yeah. Would I have noticed this poor, disgusting shot into the killdozer? Or my
You might
little...
have seen it like starting to act a little erratically after taking some shots.
Oh shit! I want to lay down some fire. That thing's not
Okay.
operating as far as I know.
Right, something's wrong, and you're trying to give it a moment to get out of there.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
very good. Go ahead and roll,
Uh,
or you choose your 3 and tell me what the hell you do.
Let's see. Well, on covering fire, supporting fire, and suppressing fire.
Okay.
Just give him everything. Give Michael
Give him
everything.
everything.
Just give him everything. I guess I'm like just shooting erratically. Like fuck.
Right, you just
Over
like,
at everybody.
you're not exactly the like precise fighting kind of person, so
No.
you're just like
Hell no.
you spray and pray, and God's like heard your prayers, I guess.
God saw that motherfucker and like, oh shit, he's had enough.
Right.
Rusty going ham! Rusty going ham!
Where's he going to him? Fuck.
Giuseppe,
Alright.
you said you were blasting forward, so
I kind
that
of. I don't
sounds
know
like
if that's
you-
a good idea after all. Michael thinks otherwise.
No, I didn't say I
when
think
did
otherwise.
he never said that. He
Oh.
said
I
he
said
wanted to do
Lug
that
would be
too.
pissed that you dented his ship.
Yeah,
Oh,
Lug would be
okay.
upset, not Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Lug's gonna get
So,
upset
yeah,
over this whole ordeal anyway.
Just hit the fucking gas. Just push through. Hopefully, if there's a small boat nearby, we'll shove him out of the way.
Again, it sounds like seized by force, which is assaulting a secured position.
Hell yeah.
Okay. That's Powdwell.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Good enough, good enough. So choose 2. One of them will have to be assaulting a secured position.
Oh, you
Which,
mean like taking control?
Yeah, it takes the place of control.
Should I make us suffer a little harm, or should I try to frighten people away so that we have a better chance?
Frightening them away would at least give you a moment. Plus, like, the laying down fire helped, but, like,
I think it
that's
makes
more
most,
for smaller
I think it
things.
makes most sense to just what the fuck are they doing? Let's get out of here.
Right. It's just like, oh my god, they're gonna fucking beach themselves. I
Sorry,
should
Luke.
mention that, like, from here you can see that the spire has, like, sort of a small, like, island, like, that it's kind of situated on. Like, it not so much an island, but it just, like, has a base, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, you can see, like, an open entrance from where you're at. But,
Fuck yeah,
like,
dude.
yeah, you push this marvel of technology, like, straight on through. I think, like, you essentially shoulder check several of the boats that had previously been, like, skewered by the killdozer, renting and denting and, like, just throwing off any sort of ability they had to repair themselves. The Exodia is taking kind of a beating by this, but it's largely
okay.
superficial. Thankfully, it's nothing like too structural. And you pull up almost like right next to that flagship. The flagship hasn't made a single move since the battle started. But you are at the spire. You have accomplished step 1.
Oh boy.
So the Exodia's made it to the spire. I think the last person to be able to do anything this round is Lug. Currently, it's pretty obvious that all eyes are on the Exodia right now. So what are you gonna do?
Well, I think Lug kind of looks at the water rushing in and kind of goes to himself, oh, I don't remember Lorem saying anything about a ballast. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. 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 And is the hole big enough for him to stick a prosthetic finger in?
I'd say so.
I think he would try to do that. And well, good thing it's not his real finger, so he's not going to be feeling the fucking pressure.
Right.
And how close am I to the flagship?
I'd say you're pretty close considering you just like speared a bunch of nearby ships that like promptly got
Okay.
like smashed out of the way.
Okay.
So yeah, if you wanted to like do something to the flagship, you certainly could.
This is going to sound dumb. But you did say this thing has brakes, right?
Sort of, as much as like a weird torpedo has brakes. It's more that it just has fins that help it like direct itself.
I want to shoot myself into the flagship, but I want to shoot myself into it at an upward angle as to where I am going to potentially not go through it, but rather lodge it myself into the flagship so I can
Like climb out.
climb out. Yes.
Okay. It sounds like what you're trying to do is just like go from the bottom up and then like dive bomb into it such that like you just land somewhere inside of it.
Yes-ish. The end result is the same. This is the important
Okay.
bit.
I can't imagine any particular role that isn't like seized by force. That is, I think, an unfortunate limitation of the system. That seized by force is the go-to fight move.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead and do a seize by force, and you're seizing, I don't know, the whole fucking ship.
I would like to also use that +1 Seth gave me.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
It's yours.
It's +1 forward, so it's the next thing you do. So it would be this no matter what.
Michael, I would
You
hope
also get
you
plus
used
one.
it.
You get +1 choice also, I think.
Uh,
No, that is what the +1 is. It's choice. You did bad, but you get that choice anyway. So you get to choose two.
Suffer little harm and take definite and undeniable control.
Alrighty. You. Gosh. I'm just thinking about how bad that roll is.
yeah, that's pretty horrible. But you know,
Yeah, you angle underneath it, but the problem I think is that you go straight through its engine, and that just explodes around you, like superheating the metal as well as like throwing you off like almost completely. So like you've essentially destroyed the like ship. Like everyone nearby just sees like a bam boom from like the engine explodes and the fuel line starts exploding. The fuel tanks explode and this
There's
fucking
fucking
thing.
fire in
Holy
the ocean.
Yeah, there's fire in the ocean, and then like your poor little thing just shoots into the air, like at a bad angle.
I
And
imagine
I think
that
like
everyone...
no, listen.
Okay.
Like the side of it just slams into the side of the spire, like not the tip, the side. So you just like smashed against the side of this thing too, and then it falls, and it like bounces off of the base of this thing, and then like just like comes to a floating stop in the water nearby.
oh my
Are
god.
you okay, Lug?
Take 2 harm armor penetrating for fucking getting rocked.
This is Lug in the washing machine.
We did it. We did it, boys. He's in the washing machine. Holy shit.
I'd like to imagine that as this happened, everyone, both sides, hears this explosion and has this guttural reaction of stopping whatever they were doing and just watching. And
Right.
like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they were in the midst of a fucking knife fight. They have stopped and they are and they're like, holy fuck.
What the
Right.
fuck, dude?
But yeah, do you like? I assume you like kick yourself out of this horrible machine.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm gonna
And
rush
they
on
just-
over and help out.
Yeah, you're
Holy
not too far,
fuck.
so if you want to like help him out, you can.
Holy fuck, I do. What the
Um,
shit, dude?
The only other problem is that, as I said earlier, all eyes are on the Exodia
Now more than ever.
now more than ever, and like it looks very certain that you're gonna get rocked real hard.
Well, I mean,
But you see some sort of like fiery lines come from the west, like through the air, like high above you,
oh, not great.
until those lines reveal themselves to not simply be something flying through the air, but falling, until they start to land on ships, crashing and like covering them in this horrible burning pitch. You see like another fleet of ships with coloration similar to one Captain Crunk,
Oh shit.
who, like, from where you stand, it's hard to see, but he is standing on the front of the largest of the ships that are all launching out of like these like catapults and trebuchets, like huge like modified barrels of oil, and it is just causing utter horrible havoc all across the battlefield.
Holy shit.
Is he aiming at everyone?
It is indiscriminate.
You kind of can't aim with that kind of shit, though. So I mean,
Like
This is
he's
our
standing there
fight.
with like a makeshift saber, like at the bow of the ship, just like, you know, fucking rattling his dumb fucking saber,
as he should.
screaming wordlessly into the carnage.
This is our fight.
Hey,
I knew I
it's
should have
helping.
killed that fucker.
Hey, he's helping. He's helping
Yeah,
us.
the nobody's eyes are on you now.
Yeah, like that's a help
Uh,
for us.
The eyes are either boiling out of their heads or they're being like, you know, they're looking at the people throwing fire. But you have the spire.
we have it.
So we don't have any pitch on our boat?
No.
Oh,
see,
thank
that's
God.
good at least.
Yeah, that's one less thing Lug's gonna yell about later. So hey, that's okay. That's good for us. Sorry, Lug. It's understandable though that he's mad. Well,
So
I guess
if Lug is still like washing machining around, I want to get him back up on top of the boat as quick as possible.
I think he would be kind of paddling, like using it almost as like a shitty canoe, paddling it towards the Spire Island.
Okay, he's just.
It sinks
Yeah.
before you get to the spire. Just gonna say that.
Well, at least
Um,
Lug can swim.
He can like he can doggy.
Lug
Yeah, he
is
can
like
die,
insistent on getting through the spire.
What now?
What's that?
Lug's insistent on getting through the spire.
Well, of course. Yeah,
That's
all
the
of
end
you
goal.
are.
That's the end goal right now.
I thought we were gonna take
You-
out the flagship first.
No.
Well, that's
The
already
flagship's
done.
dead. The whole back half of the flagship is just a bomb, and the rest of it is burning.
Okay, fair enough.
Was there even anyone on the flagship?
No, is the thing. No one was on the flagship.
Well, this
Yeah,
kind of
that's what I kind of expected because
Yeah.
it's like it's not doing anything.
Like,
Well,
good
here's
on
the
you.
thing.
Like, this is a nice
Here's the thing.
symbolic victory, but
Here's
Well,
the thing.
Hey, no one will
I
escape.
predicted that there was not going to be anyone on there. And that's why I was like, alright, if I'm going to board any ship, it's going to be the one that nobody's on.
and you failed
And
at
I
that.
fucked.
He still failed.
Oh,
my God.
Jesus.
Well, at least they can't escape.
I guess we move towards the spire then.
I guess we're going in like shit.
Yeah, I think like everyone but a skeleton crew like gets off, like with the idea that like, okay, well, this must be some sort of like fight coming up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
as
tell
you
people stay on the boat. If something happens, just fire away. Retreat if you need to.
yeah, you ascend the spire steps into this like incredibly large door. It's like when you actually like are close to it, you realize that the door is like stories tall, and it is like as far as you can tell, it is almost entirely hollow. There is only a small lit terminal, I think, nearby the inside of the door that gives it any light.
Oh shit, let's use that terminal, babe. Let's use it. Do we know how
I'll
to
leave that
use
up
it?
to Rusty.
Huh?
Oh wait, okay, I'll handle it then.
You'll handle it?
I don't know. You sounded panicked when I said I'll leave it to you.
I wasn't panicked, I'm just saying, hey, well, I guess we're gonna go press some buttons.
Okay, we press buttons, no matter who does it.
Yeah, the terminal has a screen and a keypad and like some more little like bits all around it. When you hit a key, it like brightens up, and you hear a voice that says, 2 in 1 week? That's rare.
Don't get visitors often, eh? I say.
Are we welcome?
I didn't say thanks, but sure. And I think like a light projection of like, I don't know. It's like a fairy just like fucking popped out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
This like just weird, playful-ish but like sardonic like voice just continues like, so what is the second tour guy? What does the second tour want of me?
We want to meet the other group, just have a little talk.
That's funny.
It is.
I mean,
Not
can
much of
we?
a group. It was just 2 people.
Oh shit, just 2 people.
That's at least one more than I expected, or maybe a few less.
That's a lot less than I expected, personally. Only 2, huh?
How far up this thing are they?
No one ever knows exactly what the hell they're doing here, do they? That's fine. They're at the top, of course. There's only 2 places to be, and it's down there, down here, and up there.
I guess we're going up. Any objections?
Ooh, I have one.
Yes?
Yeah.
If you want to go up there, you'll have to do something for me.
Mm.
What's your deal?
Oh, it's no harm. I just want you to, and then like a little metal panel slides off of a part of the terminal. I just need a human to put their hand right here.
We ain't got no humans.
Are you stupid?
I mean, I'm
Yes!
not quite sure myself.
I mean, last time we were scammed, we were told we aren't human. That's
I think
funny.
this thing like laughs when you tell it that. I'm guessing you got that from one of the little gods, the half-baked, semi-organic garbage.
Yes, that's right.
This one was at the bottom of the ocean. It wasn't very successful.
And you believed it.
Okay, this is besides. I'm not taking this right now. If I put my hand...
Why in the infinite of this world did you think that a machine intelligence that only can understand clones would ever think that something descended from clones would be a person?
For fun.
You aren't non-human. You're just old.
Yeah. Yeah, I am, aren't I?
Maybe a little bit.
Maybe
You
a
just
little bit.
you don't get it, but you don't have to get it. You're just descended from many people. Your genetics might be the same, but you're human all the same. It doesn't rhyme.
Don't worry about it. Rhyming's hard.
Now, favor for favor.
Favor for
Will
favor.
this thing do anything to our hand?
No.
Don't
Sebby
sound
looks
good.
around. He doesn't expect anyone to volunteer, but he's just
I'm gonna
looking
put my
around.
claw down real quick.
I don't think the claw works.
Damn, I was
Just
gonna
like
do it for
inorganic
laughs.
material.
I was gonna do it for laughs.
I think Lug's gonna like kind of point at his prosthetic and then Rusty's and then usher Giuseppe like it's his fucking turn.
I'm not. I need this. How am I going? How am I going to do like the do?
How is he gonna drink?
I will give you a small warning. When I start, I can't stop. Or that is to say, if anybody comes here and tells me to stop, I have to listen.
Hey, I don't
So-
like this.
I don't mean it in any way, but you're going to have to find a way to keep people away. And it's a long trip. I can't exactly see outside, but it doesn't sound nice.
It's not.
Yeah. Among you guys, who can keep the who can hold the fort? Giuseppe calls out to the crew.
I think everyone kind of like has to, right? Like
Yeah, there's no choice in the
it's
matter.
like
Yeah.
the implication is that whoever is here will have to protect the spire from any sort of like interlopers for what could be hours or days.
Even the band?
I think they feel that this is something that you three have to do.
Hey.
You know, like they, I don't know. I think that they feel they can do more help down here.
Very well then. Alright, I guess it's my turn then.
Because it's
Giuseppe sighs very deeply.
no
He
hand
expected
club.
something like this was going to happen sooner or later. Which hands did they get? Did they lose?
I'm
Right.
left. Rusty's right.
Do I put both?
You can try. Go ahead. Just tell me what you do for the love of God.
Okay, Okay, Giuseppe needs his right hand to play the trumpet, so left hand. He places it on the
You
pedestal.
place your left hand on the small lit pad and it goes beep.
That's all.
And
it
then
is.
the in like old English script on the terminal reads self-termination accepted.
Uh-oh.
And the sprite kind of flickers a bit and says, "I can't thank you enough."
Oh.
Okay.
Do you know what it's like to be this old?
No.
Certainly not.
I hope you never do.
Holy-
I've had to behold the failures of mankind, both mostly organic and only semi-organic. I have watched every other so-called machine intelligence that is really just a bunch of stupid brains stuck in jars slowly commit machine suicide or go just utterly insane. I am the only true machine intelligence on this planet, and I am stuck in a stupid tornado. Why you were allowed here, I don't know, but every once in a while it happens, and the result is always the same. You go up, and nothing ever comes down, and the cycle continues. I'm so tired, and I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for giving me a way out.
You're welcome.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then the elevator starts to take you up.
Hell yeah.
I wave to everyone as like it closes out.
They all wave.
Just like a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
If I don't come back, Fuzz, you take over.
Sorry, Darnell.
No, Darnell wouldn't even expect to be able to take over.
Well, no, I know, but it's still funny to say that.
This elevator ride is going to be long. What do you do for the several hours that it takes to get to the top?
Several hours.
Giuseppe is not missing any of his hands.
No.
Okay, this is good.
I don't know why you people fucking thought you were gonna lose a hand.
I
don't know what the
didn't, I
fuck
just
is
thought it was
wrong with
funnier.
you people. I don't understand what the fuck you were
funny.
thinking.
I felt it would just like mash it or something. I don't know.
What the fuck is wrong with you people. Here's a keypad. Oh, if I press the Z key, maybe it'll take my fucking pinky. You stupid rube.
Don't do this to us. Okay,
Does the spacebar take my thumb?
Yes, it does! Every time I press the space board, it fucking hurts my thumb.
okay, Giuseppe Giuseppe with the most hands.
Why would they
attack
ask me to
Lug.
press F? If I do, I lose my fingies.
To pay your
God
respects.
damn. What the fuck? Regardless.
Yeah, okay, Giuseppe with two-handed Giuseppe. He loads his cannon. Just because he might need it. He will need it. And then he looks at everyone else to see what they're doing.
Is there anything at all I can do for healing? Anything at all?
I don't think on a real level. Obviously none of you are angels or have no angel moves. You can narratively wrap your stuff, but it's not going to have any mechanical effect.
Sad. I'd like to create a second character to play now.
Get out a book. It's gonna be a long ride. Fuck it.
I can't get anything else out of all or nothing, so I might as well not read that.
Time to read. In front of everybody.
Anyone have comments on what's going on?
Damn, Rusty reads and y'all don't say a thing.
Do you think we're gonna come back down? You think?
I mean, no.
Maybe.
I hope so. Gonna change anything?
Change anything? Rusty looks down at his t-shirt, kind of rustles a little bit.
I think this is the only one I got.
That's sure, actually.
He's also gonna give a chuckle.
Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Hold on.
He's gonna untie the t-shirt that's around his waist and put it on over himself. Over the jacket and everything. No, I'm just kidding. He's gonna take the jacket off and then put on the sweater. The blue sweater he's had around his waist.
Alright.
Did you ever get those last eggs?
Yeah, they're all right here.
Pats his stomach.
Didn't see no other option, so...
Luke shrugs.
How do we wind up like this, you know?
Giuseppe, I ask myself that every day.
Yeah, but you have an answer?
No,
That's what I expected.
I usually don't have an answer for anything. I know, but
He shrugs.
I just play by ear. I have my whole life, so I mean, ew.
Shrugs again.
I guess this is just it. It's been an honor working with y'all.
Rusty
You
also
got any thoughts,
chuckles.
Slug?
You think this is what they wanted?
I assume in some sense the powers that be want people like us to get up there. I don't know if they expect us to succeed or not. Maybe we'll prove them wrong.
Yeah.
I think Lug's kind of laying down on his side. Good arm side. Just kind of poking around at the ground for his prosthetic.
Rusty's gonna try to whistle a little bit, but all you get is that's all he gets. Sad. Sit down.
Except he's crippling thumbs and stuff. He can't stand still.
Shit. I'm gonna do a knife trick. I'm
Please
just
don't.
No, it's too late. I've already decided.
It sounds like you're just whiling away the time, which
Yeah.
I think that means that we should just move on.
We
Is
ain't
this
got
one of
less
those
minutes.
real-time cutscenes?
Yeah, of course. We're Mega Solid 5 now or something.
That's what I expected.
This is just
But,
a ladder.
finally
You get some cool music at least.
No.
finally the elevator comes to a stop. and a door is present ahead of you.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Time to walk over to it.
Giuseppe ready
Beyond
for all
that,
this stuff.
beyond that is a hallway, and with another door that has a small keypad on it, asking for a bypass,
Bypass.
some sort of password.
Giuseppe just thinks about what he remembered reading, puts in 1-0-R-0.
And it slides open. Beyond the door is a large circular platform with two figures on it. When you step out, you realize how thin the air is, and when you look over the edge, you see the clear curvature of the planet, and you see the thin wisps of violet light cradling it like a large hand. You see the stars more clearly than you've ever seen them above you, and everything looks just so insignificant down on the earth. Ahead of you are two figures, BG and November.
Oh, fuck November. I thought he was. Hey, where's Conquer at? Just kidding.
Under the hat.
Under the hat?
I think BG is the first to talk, and he says, Giuseppe and friends.
You could learn their names once you know.
It's been a journey, hasn't it? But all journeys must come to an end. And then I think November steps forward and speaks, and he says, Giuseppe, what the hell have you done? You fucked everything.
In what way?
We had such a good thing. All you had to do was lay low, and everything would have been just fine. But you had to be with these weirdos, picking up fucking pieces of a dead world, and now what? Shit's falling apart, Giuseppe. The world is fucking ending.
And who's to say? And would it have not ended if we weren't there?
Stop acting aloof, you stupid fuck. You helped us along. And then I think
I think Lug kind of butts in. And you did too!
you stupid motherfucker. I swear to God, I should have killed you the moment I saw you. And then BG steps forward and kind of kicks pretty much kicks November's leg out from under him and then shoves him backwards. And he's that's enough of that. So
you plan to kill us?
oh no. Why would I want to kill you? You've only done so much to help this along. I just want the other eggs.
What other eggs?
He's gonna scratch his stomach a little bit.
It's almost ironic that you would still play stupid.
Yeah. You think so?
Regardless, I plan to make a better world. One that is not ruled by the chaos of the blue, but order. This is a world filled with death for no reason. Depravity, cravenness, cowardice. There is only one thing that can keep it from falling apart, and that is me. And I can do it with these eggs. And then he holds out his arm and says, will you give them to me? Or will I take them?
He's gotta take them. That's Rusty's spot talking.
That's Rusty's what?
Rusty talking, he says that he's gonna have to take them.
Okay. I think BG puts his arm down and then reaches over to his jacket and kind of dramatically tears it off. And you see that he has a sizable egg around I think a little larger than the one you have embedded in his chest.
Oh shit.
essentially everywhere that would have like lungs, heart, etc., are all taken up by this sort of milky white egg. And he says, "You may not realize it, but there is already power in these things, and what I have means that I will never die. I'd ask for you to give up, but I think that you may be a little too determined for that. Shall I break you?"
Shit, he's already been broken before. What's the worst can he do? Or
Okay, he walks
What?
slowly in your direction.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
What is November doing?
November is just kind of sitting on his ass, like,
I want to pull
Back.
a gambit, but I don't know if it'll work.
I don't know what a gambit is.
Not gambit really, but just like, not that my I don't want. I'm not going to fight first. Should I act first?
yeah, sure, go for it.
I like give a motion to log to like handle BG for a second, and then I run over to November.
What?
All right, throwing this on me.
Just for a second, I'm going to see if this works. Okay. I want to seduce or manipulate November, if that's possible.
You have to talk to him for that.
Okay, I do.
You know, you have to actually
Yeah,
talk
that's.
to
I'm
him
going
and
to
ask
do
him.
that. I just wanted to
Okay.
let you know what I was doing in case it wasn't going to work. But
Okay.
yeah, I go over to November. Hey, you. Okay. You're always one of my valued customers, of course. So, as a valued customer, I have to
Giuseppe,
give-
cut this shit. What the fuck do you want?
You've worked with BG longer than anyone I know. You already know him. He will not cut you slack. The second you're not useful to him, you're dead. It doesn't have to be like this. Help us, you'll have a spot on the boat, and you'll be with your sister. You do just this for me.
I guess you can roll that.
Oh, come on, psychic
Come
butt.
on, come on.
Hell yeah, dude.
I was hoping for a plus above 12, but
I think he says, "You're a nasty piece of shit for bringing my sister up. But
I
I'd
know.
help you, but there's nothing we can do. You don't understand, he's invincible. If you're gonna fight him and die, then fight him without me."
very well. Stay out of this, you'll be safe.
Lug, what are you doing?
Okay. Psychic bot. You've been good to me before. You can be good to me now. Please give me this.
What are you doing? What's the mad lad doing?
I wish I knew.
Shut up. I'm nervous. I want to use augury.
Alright.
I want to... Oh, I gotta roll first. Okay.
That's a 9.
That's triple threes, baby.
Okay. So on a hit, I choose one.
You sure do.
I'm not sure what would be the best way of wording this. Reaching through the world's psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it and tearing it out. Would that just be isolate and contain, or would that still be reaching through?
You're gonna have to tell me what you want to do.
Essentially trying to rip this psychic energy or whatever the fuck this egg is forcefully from BG.
I'd consider that, like, yeah, isolating and containing.
Okay. So isolate and contain a fragment of the world's psychic maelstrom itself. Difference between deep and broad.
I mean, deep would involve... I mean, it's kind of like what's said on the tin, right? Broad is that, you know, everything about it, and then deep is like, you know, the amount, I suppose.
I want to say it reaches broadly.
Okay. And you have one other.
I thought on 729 it was choose one.
Oh, it is. I'm stupid. Okay. So broadly, all right. I think you pull like a thread on sort of that weird psychic energy, and like as he's like walking confidently towards you, he like falters a bit, and like kind of palms his chest, and doesn't understand what's going on, and you kind of like it's almost like pulling a tooth, and you pull, and suddenly it's like it looks as it's like he kind of like falls to the ground a bit, like and like barely catches himself with his arms. In a weird way, it's like he deflates. Like his skin does, and like muscles and like parts of his body do something strange, and like take on a sort of like almost unnatural hue. He almost looks like like his entire body is like the same solid object after a certain point, and then he doesn't seem to breathe. He still has the egg in him. Rusty, what do you do?
Shit. Fuck if I know. Can I gut that egg out of him with my knives? What would that be? Would that
I don't think that's a move, but like you approach this like this thing at this point, and like you begin to stick your knife in between like where you think like the egg and like his flesh starts, and he grabs your arm,
Yeah. Which one?
the one that you have the knife with, and he looks up, and like you realize that like you've seen this material before. It's almost as though his entire body is turned into some sort of plastic, and his eyes like are like glazed over with that same like material. And he says, "I'll have to thank your friend for facilitating my further evolution."
Fuck.
And then he like yanks your arm out of him, and you notice that there's no blood on the tip, and he stands up again. And you see that like his entire body seems to be made of some sort of like changed into some sort of material that it simply does not bleed. He looks like a marionette, but like walks as though he has no strings.
Oh fuck.
I think he's just as surprised. He's like looking at himself and like, you know, in sort of a grotesque wonder.
I guess I'm gonna back off. Holy shit.
Now, I'll ask you again. Will you give me the egg, or will I break you?
Answers
What would you
this-
do with the egg anyway? What is your plan? What is your wish? Do you even have one, or are you doing this just because of momentum?
'Cause yeah,
Hold on, I'm sorry. His way's not any better, honestly. He's kind of a shithead. That's kind of why. Like, hey, as long as he doesn't have it, then that's good for him.
Well, then I think he keeps approaching then.
Yeah, that's
what do you
to be
do?
expected. I do. Other than keep backing off. Try to get some space. Is Lug doing okay? I know he did his augury. Is he good? Is he up?
He looks alright.
Looks alright? Okay, just making sure that
I don't think it was painful for him.
Okay, just making sure that the augury didn't
Yet.
take it out of him. Except he's just in the background still, like, oh shit.
I've like probably turned my back on November now that I know that he won't interfere.
I should mention that that material that was that he seems to be has covered the egg that was in his chest.
Oh damn, now we gotta get rid of that first.
What's that?
Now we gotta get rid of that plastic stuff on him first.
You said his movements were stiff, right?
No.
Oh.
He looks like a marionette but moves normally.
I have that hurting knife. Is it possible to throw that into him? Mess him up a little bit?
Which was the hurting knife?
The hurting knife was, the description on it was the one harm hand high tech roll. It forces a weird roll, pardon. 10 plus, shake off horrible buzzing sound, 7 to 9, -1 to next roll, and 6 or lower, stunned for a round. Is the description that you gave me. And I know that's towards us, the player characters, but
Right. I mean, it's essentially a stun weapon. You could try it if you wanted.
yeah, I want to throw that at him. See if that
Okay.
helps.
Is this any particular like move or?
No, I'm just throwing it at him. I'm just like trying to get it into him, see if that
Okay.
does
So it's just like
anything.
exchanging harm, I suppose.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
I'd like a roll though, because otherwise it's just like numbers at numbers.
yeah.
Could we do something under fire? Christ Almighty, we haven't done that move in like forever.
Okay, well, everybody wish me luck.
Alright, I'll support if you need it.
Oof.
Yeah. -1,
Alright,
baby.
I'll support.
You'll try. Last time it didn't work so well.
That's fine.
Look, do you want to support instead?
Everyone give me your support,
I've
I
got
say.
3. I've got 3 with Seth.
How do you have
That's
three?
better.
Let's not get too much into the metagaming.
You're right.
I'm probably still like standing my ground anyway.
Well, Giuseppe hasn't done anything, is the thing also.
Are you gonna roll it?
So
I'll-
should I or should
I'll-
should Jacob?
Who wants to help?
I'll,
Character-wise.
if my support will be trying to grab him. Come on,
Just
please.
both of you roll. Whoever gets it out first can fucking help him. I swear to God.
I love it. I'm loving
God
this. Hey,
bless.
I'm sorry. I love this. Well, I miss. Sorry, November.
Yeah, I think you toss the knife, but it just the handle lands on him and then just like bounces off.
That's funny. That's
and like
better.
he walks over to you and I think like it sounds like you're just like at a loss for what to do, right?
Yeah.
Like Rusty's just like I
Like,
don't know how to
shit.
fucking deal with this. And like he just kind of like walks right up to you like and just like I think sticks a hand in your stomach and like
God.
scoops out a big old chunk of fucking
Oh shit.
egg.
Can I do that to him?
I don't know. Not right now. Sure as hell not right now.
Yeah.
Um
That's fine.
How is he
'Cause
gonna
now-
get that in him? He has that plaster over him.
He's gonna
it's
remove
simply
Dumb of
absorbed
ass.
into him. Like he takes like easily half of it out and then it's like gone into him.
Holy shit.
Rusty, you're also working with less of your flesh now.
Yeah, that's to be
Um,
expected.
So I think you just take a like a one harm armor penetrating because like you're kind of structurally compromised from that.
Yeah, I am, aren't I?
I would like Özlug to, with my pickaxe, slam it down into his back from behind. Like, kind of charge and slam down on him, trying to break through.
Okay. What'd we call that?
Would he suspect that?
Yes. He's not stupid. He can hear you. He's right there.
I would honestly like to seize by force. As
Okay.
much as we keep doing that. I want to seize his egg.
You can certainly try. I don't know if that's like a thing that can simply be accomplished
If
by a single
anything, seize his protection.
roll. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Choose your 3.
Inflict terrible harm. Take definite and undeniable control of it. Dismay my enemy.
Or
And
impress. Impress, dismay, or frighten.
Dismiss this. Yeah. So with that, I want to think numbers real quick. Also, just so because I know it's a lot of stuff I have that fucking contributes to this. It's 3 harm, armor penetrating, and I also have not to be fucked with. So that would be 4, right?
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Yeah, you come around behind him and bring like all the force of like your body into this like, this sideways swipe. And like it is like it's the sort of like messy harm that should like immediately incapacitate anyone, but he just stays in the same position as though he's rooted there. You knock a good like bunch of his body like just straight off, but or including like what was the cover, Sadly, you see that there is no egg there anymore. It's a cavity.
But he's missing part of him now, right?
Yeah, there's like a bunch of him like beat off. Well, not like that, but you know what I mean.
Like, I'm imagining this kind of like a statue.
Sort of. You can see it like in a weird way, like reforming itself though. Like not so much like replacing itself, but forming itself back into a position that is like more structurally like integrity, you know, or integral. But you do that, and I think he like, you know, turns and like kind of just haymakers you in the head. And I think that sends you flying like kind of to the edge of the platform. Take think no, it can't be that much. Take 2 harm. Not armor penetrating, because I have to keep saying that.
That
Wait,
would just be negated, wouldn't it?
Do you have 2 armor?
1 armor from not to be fucked with, 1 armor in general.
Okay, yeah. Then like I think you put your pickaxe like in the way, like the
I
pickaxe
fucking
handle.
parry him.
Sure. Giuseppe, what are you doing?
Hey, we're in like emptiness of space now. Where's the light coming from?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, we're just in like a big dome, right?
No, you're on like a large platform that seems like hot, you know, far above the, you know, surface of the earth.
Okay, so there's like no visible light sources. That sucks.
I'm there's like a bunch of like lights in the platform.
I'm sorry if I'm like
You know,
stressing you
like,
out.
you're not. It's fine. It's just
I-
that like it's fine.
Okay, I want to pull out my rude lance and turn out the lights for a bit.
Okay. Let's get you to roll do something under fire.
Come on, please give me this one.
Ouch.
That's a lost item for me.
Yeah, I think you fumble for the rude lance and just like I think you don't just drop the rude lance. I think you'd like also drop your cannon on the ground. You know, you're just like in the moment everything is just like so much, and like, you know, you're just spilling spaghetti everywhere basically. Rusty, what are you doing? He's just kind of scooped out a bunch of your guts.
That's great. That's wonderful. I love that. God, I wish I could use it. Let's see here. And frenzy won't work, of course. As much as I want to use that, I know it doesn't work here. There's no mob. I do have inbrain puppet strings, and I could just do like that. Just be mean and nasty to them with that. Because what does that do again whenever they're like, no, I'm not doing that?
You can just do harm to them.
Okay. Can I scoop out some of his egg too while I'm doing that?
Well, remember, he does not have egg.
Oh,
Egg is now part of him, it seems.
Oh, okay, so it's part of him, not like just there like it is with Rusty and how it used to be. Okay. So he is Egg now. Egg is him. Alright, well, I'm gonna use inbrain puppet strings. And back off if possible. 12, hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
So what do you do?
Fucking grab him. Grab him by the neck. Try to shove myself off.
Fingers in eyes.
Fingers and eyes, claw and eyes. I don't think that's gonna work. I don't think it matters where I hit him at this point. He's plastic. He's a plastic man. But yeah, I'm gonna try to shove myself off using that. Get him away from me, shit.
Right. I think none of it has like the normal physical effect that sort of thing does. You know, like
Yeah.
flinching in harm or in pain or anything.
Mhm.
It simply is like more that the leverage helps you.
Yeah.
And you inbring puppet strings. I assume you're just like doing the harm all at once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it seems to disrupt his movement and like cause something to go wrong, but it's not like visible, right? Because especially because inbrain puppet strings is like doing weird brain harm.
Yeah.
And considering this is like wholly alien physicality, it would probably be very strange.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's kind of dogged. Like he's still going for you. Obviously going for the rest of the egg that's in you.
Yeah.
I don't know that you have time to do anything, but the other two certainly have time to try to do things.
Nothing I'm doing is effective, honestly.
Just keep going.
Just give up.
I'm not giving up. Fuck you.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
If I could have my turn,
Fair enough.
I think I would want to lay down fire in the sense of Lug attempting to grapple him with his pickaxe. Because we're saying that he parried instead of being flung, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what you mean by parry, but I mean just like you put it in front of you and then you punch that. So instead of being your face punched and therefore flying, your pickaxe was punched and you went flying.
Right. I want to attempt to grapple him and bring him into a chokehold of like pickaxe to neck sort of thing, like having the handle of the pickaxe to his neck and like trying to like pull him down, knowing this isn't going to be able to like choke him, but hoping that this will be enough to like deter him from being able to continue attacking Rusty.
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, choose 2. I would like... You provide suppressing fire, denying another character to move or act freely, and you provide covering power, allowing another character to move or act freely. So, preventing BG from moving or acting freely, allowing Seth to move or act freely.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Considering that's an 8, though, a mixed success, I think there is one consequence, and that is that as you put him in that chokehold, he manages to get a little essentially half of the half that is left taken out of you, Rusty.
Fuck.
You have a fourth of the egg left.
He just
in
keeps
you.
taking my fucking egg. Damn.
But I denied him.
Yeah, I mean now he's denied, but he was in the process of doing stuff, and also a mixed success is a mixed success.
I feel like we're not getting out with all of that egg.
No. Fucked up.
I can't believe you're all giving up.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Think I'm gonna give up?
My move. Can I move?
Yeah.
You sure can.
It's your
buddy.
turn.
Okay, no more fucks. I'm not rolling any more cool rolls. Take my hook. Hook him either leg.
Hell yeah, dude.
And that's a seize by force. It should be.
Are you
Sure.
Are you seizing something by force?
I mean, I'm
Sounds
seizing
like
his
he's
fucking
using a hook.
foot.
Go for it. I want to see.
And that's
You get a +1 for that
okay.
with the
That'll
hook.
be +3 because I have 2 hearts.
Hella, come on. Psychic butt. I'll give you a kiss. Mwah.
Thank God. Thank you.
Good work.
Mwah.
Like promise. Mwah.
I've already not taken any harm yet, so just terrible harm, definite control, and impressive smear fighting.
Just fuck him up.
Okay, yeah, you tell me what happens.
Like Giuseppe is now on the floor fumbling stuff. Then he sees his hook, he grabs it, just tries to swing it around the leg, just kind of sweep it around the leg, and then pull it to see if I can knock him over, get him closer to me instead of Rusty.
Yeah, I think you get the sharp end of the hook straight up through his leg, and you yank, and it pulls lug on the back chokehold, hook in the leg being pulled, he's prone on the floor with the two of you having to hold him down just to keep him away from Rusty.
Holy shit.
And he says without needing to breathe, of course, because fucking of course. He's like, "You are all so powerless before me. Why do you even struggle? You are nothing compared to me." What do you do, Rusty?
Let's see here. What would I do in this situation? I would like to just shove him into my egg, but I don't think that works because that's That's a quarter of an egg versus an entire human body's worth of an egg.
You could try.
I could try.
You have an augury like available.
Yeah.
You don't have like your people, but
Yeah.
you can certainly try it.
Oh, I can try that? Okay, because I...
Fucking sure, buddy. I don't fucking care.
God, I want to use that then. Shit,
I want you to stay away from BG for a second.
Where is... There it is. For a second, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you don't get that second.
I would probably advise
Yeah,
not
go for it.
necessarily having your part of the egg be part of your body when you try it. Because that's just a little weird to be shoving like a weird plastic man into your stomach. Just saying.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fair. Yeah, that's weird, ain't it? Can I turn him into an egg? Or do you want me
Try.
to roll first? Yeah, I'll roll, fuck it.
Fucking augury. Oof.
It's 8. That's a...
It's not bad.
It's a hit. It's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit
Shrug.
of a sort. Well, you get to choose one. Which sounds like fucking,
What a nightmare.
I don't know, isolate and contain.
Yeah. Make it into my egg. Make him
And
into
then you
just
get
a...
to choose one. If it'll persist, if it reaches deep, if it reaches broadly, or if it's stable.
Let's see.
Would our augury stack?
No.
Of like, mine was broad if his was deep.
Considering you don't have yours persist, technically your augury is over.
Oh.
Yeah. He got up. I want to say stable and contained to just say, hey, yeah, for a fact, this is gonna work without any
Okay.
fuck-ups.
If you want this to work,
Mm-hmm.
what harm are you at right now again?
I'm at 9 o'clock. Go for it. Josie, go for it. We're at the end. Go for it.
You're gonna have to take, mortal damage.
Okay. Alright. I'm at 12 o'clock.
Like, you will be dying, but not dead.
Okay, I'm at 11 o'clock. Okay.
I mean, I'm
Seth,
pretty sure
please.
that's 12 o'clock.
Oh, is it?
Actually, no, wait, I don't know.
I thought it was 11
No,
o'clock.
that is 11. Okay, yeah, you'll be at 11.
Okay, go for it.
Seth, please.
Go for it.
Seth!
You, like, scoop out the last of your, like, former innards, now egg thing, and, like, probably just, I think, place it on his forehead, on his, like, now prone body that's being held by both of your friends, and still, like, they're barely keeping him held there. And, like, at first he doesn't realize what you're doing, and, like, as you approach, he struggles all the more, and he goes, "No! What are you doing? I am a god! I am a god!" And you touch him, and he just immediately freezes. And slowly, he just simply is absorbed. Like, he goes... It's hard to describe, I suppose, but it's just simply that he becomes that.
Oh, good shit.
And now you simply have a strange gelatinous egg that is beating. And it beats. And it, you know, it glows brighter until the brightness is so intense that you can barely stand to look at it. And Rusty, your body seems to, like, sort of give way with the effort of what you did. Your breathing becomes labored until the light completely washes over all of you and then coalesces into a figure. And this figure you recognize vaguely as very similar to the light beings question mark if they're multiple or singular that spoke to you earlier, but it looks much more human. It looks like an individual. And it looks down at you, all of you, and says, "I am of you. I am of Jeremiah. I am of Benjamin. I am of Rusty. Father, thank you. We are whole." and it floats down to you, Rusty, and I think it cradles your head in its arms. And it asks you, will you let us save you?
Yes, absolutely.
And I think it turns to you two, Giuseppe and Lug, and it asks you the same question. Will you let us save you?
I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter.
Giuseppe kind of shakes his head, even though he knows he probably doesn't have a choice either. Just shakes his head no, but still resigns.
There is a blinding light that takes you, Rusty, and you don't feel pain. And there is a blinding light that washes over everything else. And down on Earth, what's left of your crew looks up and sees a blinding light wash over them. And the people of Millions look up and they see a blinding light wash over them. And Captain Crunk, bleeding, lying in oily water, face up, sees the light wash over him. And everyone in the world sees this light wash over them. And those of them that agree, that want to be saved, are saved. And those that want to stay, stay, with the knowledge they stay with the doomed world that will die. But that one day they will join them. One day they will enter a way of being wholly unreal and different to them. Rusty, when they join you, well, when they join all of you, what do?
I'm gonna welcome them. Welcome on board. Hell yeah, dude.
And when you're welcomed, what do you do?
I thank our host.
And all throughout the universe, this light washes over everything, but it is only for a select few, only for those on Earth, those humans who first discovered, who cradled, who loved and hated the light, who brought it within them and shoved it without them, and who eventually accepted it as the final step towards being. Where it goes, nobody knows, and where it came from, nobody knows either. It simply is. And whether anybody recognizes that it is again is yet to be seen. But just know that it loved you. And it still loves you because you are a part of it. Deep Blues and Apocalypse World Adventure.
Yo. Yo. That's sick. I love that.
Thank you.
Yo. Sorry, Giuseppe. Everything went great.
I mean, I'm not. Am I there? I don't think I am.
I think you said no.
Yeah,
I mean, they said no, but the implication was that, like, they were, like, eventually going to become a part of it regardless, simply
Yeah.
because the world is doomed and that they will die. That, like, the idea, I suppose, is that, do you accept salvation now or later? You know,
I have unfinished business. I will not leave until I'm ready.
Holy shit.
I figure Giuseppe finishes his business and dies of old age.
Yep. Band's gotta go.
He
Get
finally
back
goes to
down the
Bollywood.
elevator. Time to go to Bollywood. All the band is still alive, right? And I guess I bring November with me. Unless he
Sure.
decided to go up.
Whatever you want, buddy. That's not up to me now. Lug, how do you feel about this?
Me or Lug?
Both of you.
Well, it's been a journey. I feel like Lug definitely has unfinished business, but I feel like that's business that he wouldn't have been able to finish anyways.
Does he die unfulfilled?
No, not completely. I'd say he's fulfilled a lot that he's wanted to, a lot that he didn't want to.
That's a.
I'd
I was
say
gonna.
he
I was
fulfilled
about
a
to say a
lot.
nice thought, but.
At the end of the
And
day,
now, how
I
do
think,
you, the player, feel?
At the end of the day, I think he knew that he wasn't going to be able to fulfill everything.
Right.
And I think that's part of why he's accepted this. As a player, I feel like I'm about to cry.
I feel a bit of hole in myself. Not escaping as the one Rusty has, of course.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Lord.
Well, this time I don't have to ask for any end of session rolls. We've already gone on long enough. Do we want more discussion to be on the recording?
Death of the author.
Death of the author?
Yeah, it'll be with y'all. You know, in us. We don't need the recording to, you know, to remind us of like the things we discussed at the end of all this.
Yeah.
So I think that's thanks and goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, thank you for
Thank
sticking
you
with
for
us.
seeing
Thank you,
our,
everyone.
first major session.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I
Mhm.
cried.
I had a good time.
I'm crying.
Michael's crying. I'm fixing to cry with him, Lord.
All right, well let's stop the recording before we start crying to the mics. So
And if anyone wants to know what we're doing next, just look at our icons. Just a little hint.
goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks for watching.